The Horrible Gamers podcast may contain content not suitable for all ages. Listener discretion is advised.
Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to Horrible Gamers podcast, show number 407, being recorded on October the 24th, 2022. I'm your host, I'm joined by my friend from the West Coast, the Best Coast, GunnyChief, Henley Merrill is back. Welcome back, Henley. Welcome.
I am out for the Great White North, not the White North, Alaska North, and yeah, we're doing this again, just like last week. But yeah. So things are great over here, and didn't get eaten by any bears, and things are good. California.
Good. Follow us on Twitter at _Horrible Gamers. Also leave us a review on iTunes, Spotify as well. You can also join our Facebook group, Horrible Gamers Podcast Community. We also have a Discord as well. Join that Discord by following the link in the show notes or going to our website or simply finding us somewhere else and asking us for the Discord link. You can also support the show with the monies by heading on over to Patreon at patreon.com/Horrible Gamers and give us the monies like our friend Leahy has. Jason Sams, Robert Tenoble, Sean Pacharek, Chad, Henley M, Pork Chop Poo, Nipron, the best HGP host ever, Evan, please help, I'm stuck in Ohio, Tanaka, Jonathan Titan, Big D Hall, and the first HGP patron, Bill Steven, the biggest D, Garner the second, the Elden Lord. You know what? I think we need more money so we can send help for Evan.
Helpevan.org. Go now.
Help the Evan Foundation.
We haven't seen him or heard from him. Even us, people. You would think we're in contact with him. We're not.
Yeah, you guys think that because he's with Mayo at Mayo's house that we probably talk to him all the time. No, we don't.
We don't. He may be in the house, under the house. There's
I don't know where he's
in
at.
Ohio.
In the attic.
Could be there.
I don't know where Mayo's keeping him. He's keeping him somewhere.
I just see Mayo coming out with chains sometimes. What's he doing over there with all those chains? Anyway, I don't ask questions, but...
Dog starts barking. Mayo gets up and walks away. I don't know what's going on over there.
Yeah, all I can hear in the background is, "Where's my shotgun shells?" I'm just like, what's going on over there, man? I know it's October and everything. It's a little scary. I feel like playing a Resident Evil game.
Like one time, I almost thought I saw somebody crawling into the room behind Mayo. And then Mayo got up really fast and kind of kicked him out, kind of kicked him out the room and it's oh, sorry guys, that was my dog. That was my dog.
A little table turned over. There was a loud bang, and I was I didn't see anything.
But the dog, listen, he was oh, sorry guys, that was my dog. But the dog was laying on the bed the whole time.
Oh, see?
So I don't know who that was or what that was. I mean, I'm not saying anything. It's allegedly, right? Allegedly, right. I don't know. But yeah, maybe we need to send some help over to Ohio to get Evan.
Yeah, because Mayo was like, guys, I can't be on tonight. I got plans. And I was like, oh, geez, creepy, Mayo. What's all right, fine. That's cool. We'll see you next week.
Guys, I'm going to go on this crazy road trip on the back roads. I won't have any cell phone service. I'm going to be
yelling in the back, more garbage bags.
Yeah, I don't know.
Must be cleanup season there.
Yeah, something's going on. I don't know. Mayo said he was taking a shovel, some trash bags, some duct tape,
lamps,
and some gasoline. I don't know what the fuck he was doing. He said he was going camping. I don't know.
They camp in the winter out there. I'll buy
it. Anyways, big shout out to Phantom Egg for the intro, not to music to the podcast. And yeah, hopefully Evan is okay in Ohio.
If anybody sees him, please reach out to us.
Yeah, we're going to have to post
Discord, Facebook.
We're going to have to do a flyer for have you seen this person? They've been missing since mid-June. Last seen in California, headed for Ohio and never returned. Oh, man. Shit. Anyways, yeah. Let's talk about video games that we've been playing this week. Gunny, I played a game this week.
What did you play?
You could probably guess what I played.
Battlefield 2042. Always new updates to it. That's good to hear. It's good to see those.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Always good to see updates and
Well, that
Hardware
wasn't
can
the
improve
game that I was talking about, but okay.
Call of Duty.
I did play some Battlefield. Battlefield 2042 got a new update now. This is a patch 2.2.2 or something like that. This patch pretty much added a rework to the orbital map. The orbital map is the map that's in France. It's the one with the rocket, and the rocket's about to take off, and you can blow up the rocket. Well, they finally reworked that map, and when they reworked that map, pretty much they added like a lot of cover to the map, a lot of cover to the open areas in the middle of the map.
They needed it.
Um,
Big
it needed
time.
it bad, yeah. So yeah, it's actually a pretty good rework. I played a little bit of it the other day. On top of that, they added 3 new guns into the arsenal of Battlefield 2042. These are guns, of course, from Battlefield 3 and like Battlefield Bad Company. These guns, they added the Scar as one of the assault rifles. They added the AK-74U into the submachine gun category, and they added the MP-44 Rex into the pistols as your sidearm category. To unlock these, all you have to do is challenges. Anyone can get them. You don't have to be like a battle pass member or nothing. But yeah, anyone can get them. You just got to complete the challenges. So the challenges for the Scar is like get 100 kills with the M4 or the M5A3 or whatever the hell they call it in the game, and then you have to get like 30 headshots with assault rifles or whatever in total or something like that. Which it's kind of a real doable thing, you know. You just keep playing with the same gun. Eventually, you're gonna get 100 kills, and the headshots. I mean, those kind of just come, you know, randomly. You know, unless you're going for headshots, those kind of just come whenever. So yeah. As far as the AK-74U, to unlock that, you got to get so many kills with the AM-40, which is an assault rifle, which is weird because the AK-74U is under the SMG category, but they're making you use an assault rifle to unlock it. Anyways, there's that. But I've been playing a lot of more Battlefield, man, and I'm having a blast with it. The updates are really well done and they're well received. And the game is just a lot of fun. Like I'm getting pretty good at it to where like I'm kind of knowing the maps and the metas and like, all right, what do we have to do to win this match? Kind of, you know. And it's cool, like getting in there and just playing the game. It's a lot of fun. I could play that game for hours without really getting bored. I mean, it's just always action, you know, and especially in the mode that I play because I found so they've added they have you know that what's that mode called? It's not rush, breakthrough, which is kind of like 2 objectives and you keep pushing the enemy back or whatever, or you keep defending as the defenders or whatever. You defend the 2 objectives, you got to hold the people off. That mode is probably my favorite mode. The thing about that mode is that like it can go really fast sometimes, but sometimes that's a good thing. But the other day they had like a pretty cool mode in the portal mode, which was rush. As you all may know, rush is the classic. You know, you got to disarm the objectives or arm them or whatever. And rush, they had a 128 player rush, so it was like 62 versus or 64 versus 64. And that shit was kind of hectic, man. Like it was pretty hardcore, you know, because you got all these people rushing the same objective. And some of those matches were so fast. They were like so fast because we were like rush the enemy, you know, get to the objective, arm it really fast, and just like fucking destroy the enemy teams like in a matter of like a minute or two. Like one of the matches lasted maybe 4 minutes, where in breakthrough that would have lasted like at least 20 minutes. With rush, it lasted literally like 5 minutes. It was just like we just kept breaking through their lines really, really fast, and we just knew how to get around them, and we fucked them up. It was pretty hardcore. But yeah, Rush 128 players was cool. I wish they brought that mode back because I would play it again. That was like one of the, I guess they're like a weekly mode or something. They like rotate the modes out or whatever in Portal. And one more thing they added to the Portal mode is now they have persistent servers. So say I go and create a server in the Portal mode, which is like, say I create a server or whatever. That server stays up even though I'm not online. Before, it used to be where the server will only stay up if the admin of the server was online.
Yeah.
So
Yep.
they changed that now to if
That's
you
good.
if you bought the battle pass, only if you bought the battle pass. It's not if you're a hobo player. If you're a hobo player, it doesn't apply to you. But if you bought the battle pass and you create a server, that server stays up. If
How
you
long
do
does it
not,
stay up for?
forever.
Until the match is over?
No, it stays up forever. Like it stays up indefinitely. Even if there's no players in it, it just stays up forever. Whereas, but if you're a hobo player, like a person without the battle pass, you do not get to have that option. You still have to be online for your servers to stay online. Like you have to be online yourself to have people when they're playing or whatever. So there's that. I try to create a server, but the thing is, I find some of these servers with like custom rules, and I don't know how to customize the rules. Like, I get in there to create the server, and I'm trying to change the rules, and it doesn't let me. It's just like it's kind of a weird thing where like it'll tell me, like, okay, what kind of server do you want? Do you want a conquest? Do you want a rush? Do you want like old school Battlefield 3 server? What kind of server? And I was like, okay, I want a hardcore conquest server. And it's like, okay. But it's like it doesn't let me select what maps I want in the rotation. It doesn't let me select what kind of like respawn options I want. Because some servers that I've played on were really cool because they had like hardcore conquest, but like the respawn, like when you got downed, you had like 40 seconds to live instead of like no seconds to live. You had like 40 seconds to live when you got downed, and you could actually crawl around so you can like move around and get to your teammates. But on top of that, all the vehicles were like on an infinite respawn with like automatic respawn. So if somebody blew up a helicopter, that helicopter would respawn at the base like right away. Like there was no delay in it or whatever. So I kind of wanted to do that because that kind of makes the match more interesting because you constantly have vehicles going around and you have a lot of players running around and the time to kill is really short. So I don't know, man.
But maybe I'm just thinking it's like the former Battlefields where, like you said, you have the battle pass, right? So remember in the other games where I don't think there wasn't any battle pass. It was more like $8.99 a month to rent a server, if you remember that.
Well, yeah.
So maybe that option is still there for people that want to pay monthly. Maybe they get the option for the different rules and stuff. Just assuming that's the case.
Well, I had the battle pass. What do you mean? I'm not a
No, I'm saying that
player.
the battle pass probably that's the option that you get as a battle pass purchase. That you purchased.
Well, yeah.
I don't know. I'm
well,
just
no,
assuming. I'm guessing.
no. You get the same settings. It's just that my server stays up forever while a free player doesn't. Their server only stays up while they're in the server and they're online playing it.
So then maybe you need to start the server, and then the rules are within that server, right?
Within
So
the
maybe
server,
you just
I tried that. I tried
YouTube.
that, and the only option I had in there was when I went to the admin settings inside the server where do you want to disband the server? Do you want to kick everybody off, or do you want to like shut the server down?
There's no edit option or anything.
There was no edit. There was no like, oh, change the rules or change the respawn. Nothing. There was no edit options. Nothing. So I don't know, man. Because what I liked about renting a server in Battlefield 4 was just the fact that I could go in there and say, okay, I want Caspian Border. I want Gulf of Oman. I want this map, this map, this map, and this map on my rotation. Because those were my favorite maps. So I wanted to play the same fucking favorite maps all the time. And this one, I don't know how I can do that. I don't know. Because there's like a Conquest, there's a Conquest 1942, there's a Conquest Battlefield 3, there's a Conquest Mix Classic or something like that. There's a Conquest 64 players, there's a Conquest 128 players. So they got those settings, but I don't know how to change the map rotations and shit. I'm like, how the fuck does this work? Because maybe I do want to play on some Battlefield 3 maps, but I don't want to play on any 1942 maps. Or I don't want to play on any of the new maps from some of the new maps because it kind of sucks. So I want to play on like a mix. And I don't know. I got to figure it out. Anyways, fuck that. Play some Battlefield. Anyways, enough of Battlefield talk. I played some more of, actually this week, this Tuesday, or Thursday, actually, last week. As I said on the show before with Mayo, Call of Duty came live. The Modern Warfare 2 campaign went live for people that pre-order the game. That was on the 20th, I believe. October 20th, a week before the launch. Now, one thing that Call of Duty should always do from now on, moving forward, is release the campaign a week early for people that pre-order, because this is a great move, in my opinion, because now that I'm now that I've played it, once the game comes out next week or this week, actually, I'm gonna just jump into the multiplayer and be in that shit grinding it. You know what I mean? Whereas before you had to play the campaign and kind of miss out on the multiplayer or whatever. Now you just get into the multiplayer and start playing right away. Another cool thing that they added into this is that for every chapter that you completed in the game, so I think there's like 16 chapters or 15 chapters in the campaign. There's like 15 missions. They call them chapters, but they're missions, right? There's like 15 of them or whatever. For each one that you complete, you get a different what do you call it? Like a different reward for it. So like the first one, you got like this player card or whatever, like a they call it the call signs or whatever, like the little banner things you can change or whatever.
Can
So
add
you
it
got
to-
one of those, and then for the second one, you got like an emblem. For the third one, you got like a charm for your gun. For the fourth one, you got like a sticker for your gun or whatever. The fifth one, you got like a skin for your gun, and like some of them, you got double XP. I know, like if you beat the campaign, you got like an hour or two of double XP tokens or whatever. And you got like another half hour of like double weapon XP or whatever, like those tokens or whatever that you can use for double XP. So you got some of those as well. And you got also on top of that, you got like some special skins and like some exclusive multiplayer characters or whatever. So like some of the characters you can play as in the multiplayer are only unlockable through the campaign. And I'm assuming you got them by playing this campaign or whatever. Now, I don't know if all these rewards are going to be available after the game comes out, right? Like, do these rewards only apply for the people that played it in this week early window?
It'll probably, you know what? I bet it's a timed thing, right? So maybe, yeah. How much time do you think will pass before it's just available to everybody?
I don't know. That's the thing. I don't know if some of these are just available to like the pre-order people that played early, or if this is just available to anyone who plays the campaign eventually. Like, no matter
There's going to be
what.
people out there with, I mean, deep pockets or just a love for Call of Duty. I just want that, and I don't want anything to do with the campaign, but I want that skin and the charm. So yeah, it'll probably be. Didn't I hear something about the COD store? So it'll probably open up after a month anyway. Give it that much time before. Yeah, they just let
Maybe.
people purchase it.
I don't know. We'll see. I know the characters are going to be unlockable probably forever. Like if you play the campaign, you'll be able to unlock the characters. Because I don't know how they can. I don't see them locking down a character and saying like, oh, because you didn't play the campaign early, you're not going to get this character anymore. Like I'm pretty sure it'll be like Modern Warfare where, oh, as long as you beat the campaign, you'll be able to unlock this certain character or whatever. Because that was the same way in Modern Warfare. If you didn't play the campaign, some of the characters in the multiplayer were locked for you. Like you couldn't play as
because I
them.
completed that campaign. But yeah, I don't remember.
Anyways,
Multiplayer, but
I played Modern Warfare 2. I played the fuck out of it. I played it in 2 days pretty much. I beat the campaign already. That fucking campaign is amazing. It's really fucking well done. I'm incredibly thoroughly impressed with what they do with this fucking game. I mean, it's Call of Duty, of course, but like they really did a good job of like I don't know, just the immersion that they have in the campaign is really fucking good, Gunny. Like this time around, you're still fighting some fucking terrorist guy or whatever. You're trying to kill him or whatever, and he ends up like I don't know, he gets away or something. He has all these missiles that he's trying to like. He has all these like cruise missiles or whatever, right? That somehow belong to the U.S. But he got a hold of these fucking things, right? So he has like 3 of them. And the missions, of course, is like you're trying to find the missiles and you're trying to stop them or whatever from launching because they're like near the US or whatever and they might hit a city in the United States or whatever. So you're trying to stop all these fucking missiles from launching. Of course, this bad guy is a bad guy that continues from the Modern Warfare 1 story. He's a bad guy that was like a partner of the bad guy that you kill in that game in the end. So this guy was his partner. And some of the characters return from Modern Warfare. Some of the characters that you saw in that game return. Some of the side characters. I'm not talking just about like the soldier guys. I'm talking about like some of the other characters, like the CIA lady returns or whatever. A few other people return, and Commander Shepard is there. he still becomes a bad guy in this one. But it's kind of like a longer term, like you kind of see how he became the bad guy or whatever, or like why he turns his back and betrays the United States.
Double
or whatever.
agent, yeah.
Well, yeah, he's not a double agent. He kind of just, I feel like he kind of fucked something up. He didn't know how to cover up for it, but he tried. And then once he realized that he fucked up and then you found out about it, he's like, okay, I got to get the fuck out of here because these guys are going to come for me. So, anyways, it was just some really cool missions in that game. Like one of my favorite ones was the AC-130 mission. So you're like, of course, you're the gunner in like a big ass gunship or whatever, and you're just like laying fucking waste to like this town, dude, and all these bad guys everywhere, and you're just like you're shooting the little cannon and you're shooting the big missiles, and like that thing is, you could feel the power, man. You launch one of those missiles down there, and that shit just levels the entire block. You're like, holy shit, that took out the whole building and like everything around that fucking building, you know? And you're lighting these guys up with a machine gun from like way up in the sky, and you see their bodies go flying. You're like, fuck yeah, hell yeah, this is badass. It's a fucking cool ass campaign.
Those are awesome moments. Even way back on the Xbox 360 PS3 days, it was really epic to do that in a gunship.
Yeah, they have it's like they knew that
on new hardware.
They knew that back then. Like they're like, okay, that mission was a classic one. Let's bring it back and let's do it again, but let's do it differently. And it's actually really fucking cool. There's some missions that were kind of annoying that I didn't like. There was like a mission where like you were chasing these guys down in a convoy, like a pretty long convoy, and you had to pretty much like hijack vehicles, right? Drive forward in the convoy and like shoot people or whatever as you're driving forward. But of course, there's like people shooting back at you and your vehicle catches on fire or whatever. So then you got to jump over to another vehicle, and then you got to hijack that vehicle and keep driving forward. And now the guys in front of you are dropping mines or something. So now you got to dodge these fucking mines, and then you got to jump to the next vehicle, and you got to jump to the next. Like that shit was annoying. I was like, dude.
Little Indiana Jones there, yeah.
I was like,
reminds me of a mission in Modern Warfare 2019, yeah.
I was like, I am tired of jumping from vehicle to fucking vehicle. Like, just let me, just like, can we just finish this mission already? Like, it was really annoying in certain parts. There's another mission where you're fighting a really, like, he's a bad guy. He's like one of the boss bad guys or whatever. And he's in a fucking tank, right? So you're chasing this guy down to like a base or whatever. And when you get to him, he like somehow runs to like this like training area of the base to like where like the people train or whatever. It's like a training exercise area or whatever. And then he comes out with the tank and you're on foot and you're like, okay, now we got to go find C4 in the training area. And you got to plant C4 on him while he's shooting at you in the fucking tank. So like you're running from building to building, and like the destruction is actually pretty cool in that level because they're shooting at you with the tank and like the building will crumble around you and shit. So you're picking up these C4 packs and you got to throw it at him and like fucking blow him up. And then you got to keep moving around the map because, you know, of course, he's driving the tank around in circles. But not just that, on top of that, there's like people like running into the map, like bad guys are running in there. So you're fighting guys, like you're having gunfights with these guys, and this motherfucker's running around driving a tank shooting at you. And that mission, I died a lot. I was like, fuck, man.
I bet, yeah. It reminds me of Stallone film there, whatever that series was called.
It's like, geez, man, like, am I going to keep dying in this fucking level? I finally killed him, and I was like, oh, thank God that level was over. I was like, that level fucking sucked. I hated that mission. That mission... The rest of that mission was cool except for that little part at the end where you had to fight him, and I was like, this is fucking dumb.
So how long was the campaign? Typical 9 hours?
Yeah, it was like 8. People say it's like 6 hours to beat. For me, it took me like 8 hours or 9 hours because I was playing on hard end or whatever. And as I said, on a few missions, I just died a lot. I mean, I died like a fucking lot. It was just over and over and over and over. I'm like, fuck, what am I doing wrong? I keep doing the same things over and over and over.
Yeah, till you find the meta of it where, I need to stop here and wait for him to fire. Yep, get it.
One of the cool things about the game was fucking... Some of the missions were very interesting. They were unique. They were new and unique, and they were fresh. One of the missions was like a stealth mission. You're going through like this town in Mexico, and pretty much you have like no weapons at all. You have like no guns, no nothing, and you're hiding from all these soldier guys or whatever. And so you're picking up like bottles and like duct tape and like fucking like I don't know pieces of broken glass and shit.
Is this Far
Like
Cry?
like pieces of like like you're breaking fans and shit, you know. And then you're crafting shit. You're like crafting like shit to pry open doors, and you're crafting like smoke bombs and like you're crafting like explosive traps and shit, you know, smoke grenades and shit. And you're picking up like wax from candles, like random
Navy
little dumb shit.
Navy SEAL MacGyver here. Jeez.
Yeah, yeah, pretty much. And that mission, I mean, I thought it was cool for a minute, but then it goes way too long. It's just like, okay, is this mission ever gonna end? Is like rescue ever gonna come? Am I ever gonna make it out of this town? Like, God, this is taking forever.
You got to get down to the sewer in Mexico and take that all the way down to Tijuana. Yeah.
You do get into the sewer. Yes, you do get into the sewer.
Of course. You got to have
Uh,
that.
there's bad guys in the sewer as well. There's bad guys everywhere. And yeah, like it was a weird mission because I mean it was cool at first, and I was like, okay, this is different, and then it just dragged on. I was like, okay, no, okay, it was a nice little thing to try out at first. Okay, you guys added crafting, that's
But
cool.
give me a gun now, right? It's time for me to have a weapon.
Yeah, and like no, the thing is, I found some guns, right, but they had like 10 bullets. Like, oh, you found a pistol, but this pistol only has like 10 shots.
Good luck.
Yeah, good luck. Yeah, like and all these guys are wearing like heavy body armor, so good luck. Yeah, it was kind of shitty. And then like even if you kill a bad guy and you took his gun, well, his gun only had like I don't know 20 rounds or 15 rounds.
But he shot 50 at you and 10 left.
Yeah. There's like 10 left now. So good luck, motherfucker. Yeah, like it was kind of annoying that way. And that one I died quite a bit as well. I mean, but it was cool, man. Other than that, the campaign was actually pretty cool. There was some pretty cool areas. There was a cool, I don't know, you've probably seen the clip of this area. There was an area in Amsterdam where that mission was really simple. It was like a 5-minute mission where like you're like in Amsterdam and like this like street, and like you pretty much you're there to kidnap this guy or whatever, like this terrorist guy. You're gonna like arrest him or whatever, but you're doing it like CIA style. So like you're knocking all his bodyguards out, and like you're gonna just have a big shootout in the street and like extract really fast. But like people are praising this campaign mission because they're saying that it looks really photorealistic.
I saw that on YouTube.
And they did a really good job of like making it like pretty much 1-to-1 to that same street in Amsterdam or whatever. And it's like an actual street in that city or whatever. And I don't know. I looked at it and I was like, damn, that's actually pretty good. like it is actually pretty like 1-to-1 to that, you know, and it did look really good. When I was playing it, I was like, yeah, this is pretty nice. Like the crowds, there's a lot of crowds now. Like the crowds are bigger. I don't know if that's just based on hardware or what, or like just how much technology can be pushed nowadays or whatever, you know. But yeah, like the crowds look more diverse, bigger crowds, more like it's just bigger, you know. And I was like, yeah, this is cool. This is cool as fuck. But yeah. Anyways, Modern Warfare 2, I really enjoyed it. I really look forward to playing the multiplayer. I look forward to playing the Spec Op missions as well. And I want to try the new what are they calling them? The DMZ mode, which is like they're raids or whatever.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah. I know what you're talking about. I saw that again on the YouTubes or whatever. Yeah. So those aren't out yet, though, right? They're not a
No,
thing
those
yet.
will not be out until December.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nice. Yeah, I'm glad you enjoyed it. It sounds cool. I mean, it sounds like something I can really get into since I really liked the 2019 campaign. Cool, man.
Anyways, that's all I played.
Just those two, huh?
Yeah, literally.
Yeah.
That's
Hey, question for you, Jesus. I don't know if they're like replays or what, but so from what I heard, another question about Call of Duty, was it, because I was talking to somebody at work and they go, yeah, it was on the 20th, I think it was, or they released, I think that was Friday or something, because he goes, yeah, they released nine missions or something in the campaign. So they didn't release the campaign all at once, even for people that pre-ordered? Or
Oh,
they
they
did?
did.
Okay,
They
maybe he
did.
just played 9 and he didn't play, have time to play
Yeah.
it all.
No, yeah, no, they released the entire campaign for anyone that pre-ordered. It's all there. I mean, I beat it, like I said, and yeah, it was
Okay.
fun. There was a few things that kind of like were weird for me. Like every time I died, and some levels specifically was even worse than others. There was like a boat level where you were like on this ship, and it was like a container ship, and it was like stormy, and it was like raining really hard. The ship was rocking, and like all the containers were shifting side to side as you were running down the deck of the ship or whatever, right? The containers are shifting, you're having a big gunfight. Every time I died in that area or in that level, even like when I was in the interior of the ship, every time I died and I would respawn, you know how like it loads the checkpoint up or whatever?
Yeah.
For like the first, I want to say 5 seconds of loading up the checkpoint, the frame rates would be like 9 frames per second. Like it would be like 9 FPS, 5 FPS, 10 FPS, 15 FPS. And then they would jump up like boom, 145. It's like, what the fuck? What the fuck? So it would literally be like, and that would happen every time I died. And actually, like in that level, when I died one time, it just wouldn't go back up to 100. It just stayed like at like 15.
Yeah,
And
optimization, right? That's what that is. So
I was like,
that just needs a hot fix. Yep.
well, time to restart the game. And a few times the game actually did crash on me. Like it just froze. It would like I would be like in the middle of a mission and I would die or something would happen, and like all of a sudden like the shit would just freeze or it would just crash, and it would say like, "Hey, your game crashed. Do you want to send this report to Activision or whatever?" And I was like, "Yeah, sure."
I don't know if this is something you ever do, but it's something I do. I would say most of the time. Well, it depends on what game I'm playing on PC. I've only got the 1070 Ti, right, and just just low specs on all the way around. But one of the things that I do, especially like for example, I don't know, I'll just choose a game, not something I've been playing now, but I'll fire it up, and if everything's set to like 1920 by 1080p and it's in windowed mode, one of the things I do is I'll change like the resolution, check everything, and then sometimes I'll even back out of the game and then kind of restart it. Is that something you ever do, or you just say fuck it, get in there and play it? Like, do you ever change all your settings? How do you do it?
First thing I do is change all my settings to the highest I can do. So I try to max everything out to the highest that I think my PC can handle. Now, for most games right now, that's still everything's on ultra for the most part. I mean, even like in Call of Duty, I'm pretty sure I had everything on high and like ultra or whatever. Like there was nothing that I had at medium or low. I didn't have on ray tracing is one thing that I did have it on or so, no, I don't think I did have it on. But I did have like I was running NVIDIA DLSS or whatever. I was running that on performance mode or balance mode or something like that. And the game ran fucking phenomenal, man. Like besides that, like every other mission that I was in, even when there's like a lot of shit going on the screen, like I'm talking like fucking explosions, helicopters flying by, jets going by, whatever, I'm still getting 140 frames, dude. Like the game never ever. I don't think at any point in the campaign, like in the regular gameplay or whatever, like with the exception of when I died, like I said, I don't think at any point in the campaign my frame rates dropped below 125. Like it was constantly like above 125 or higher. It was always hovering around 144. Like most of the time, I was like really fucking impressed. I was like, that is fucking crazy, man. Like not even Modern Warfare from 2019 would run this good, I don't think. And this thing is like running phenomenal, man. It's just like I don't know what they did to the engine, but I think they really went in there and said, you know what? We got to make this shit work with as many graphics cards as possible. and let's just really optimize this engine, and it fucking runs good. Like, you do not need a 2080 for this, like what I have. You do not need that, I don't think. I mean, I think they recommend a 3070 for the game for ultra settings, but that's an ultra settings at 4K. I'm playing at 1440p, you know?
Yeah.
So, yeah, I'm having a fucking blast with the game. I had so much fun with it, man. Um, and it's greatly optimized, like I said. And one thing that I did notice about the settings, for anyone out there that's wondering, like, say you don't have an NVIDIA card, but you have you have an AMD card or whatever, you know, this thing literally has the settings for every graphics card out there, Gunny. For every single one. Like, it has NVIDIA DLSS. It has the what's that shit called from AMD? Like their DLSS, isn't it called like Super Sample FX or something like that?
Yeah, I think Mayo, that's what he was telling me. I don't have it, but I've seen that.
Something FX or something like that. They have that in the game. They have the one for the Intel graphics card. Like, it's called like Intel Arc or something like that. Like, the fucking Intel graphics card literally just came out, and they have the fucking the support
was that like
for
a
that
1050
card.
or some shit? I don't know what they're called. Yeah.
Yeah, the whatever Intel card, whatever the fuck that shit is called. But like, they literally have support for all the graphics cards, dude. So that's kind of crazy that like they have like all these settings in there for all that shit, and it's like fucking well done.
That's because I mean, I know that to say this about Activision, but it seems like, I mean, I don't know, they really got their shit together over there. You're right, because like, we're here to make money, let's make this shit work for everyone.
In terms of Call of Duty, they have their shit together. Now, I don't know about Blizzard and World of Warcraft, and people are saying like that maybe that doesn't have all their shit together. They're Overwatch or whatever, you know. But in terms of Call of Duty, they know how to run the Call of Duty ship. They're steering this motherfucker in the right direction.
Yeah.
And they know what they're doing. When it comes to Modern Warfare, now I don't feel the same way about like the other like offshoot series of Call of Duty. Like, for example, Cold War campaign was phenomenal. Multiplayer was atrocious. I fucking hated it.
Yeah, nobody plays that. Yeah.
Vanguard or whatever, the World War II one that came out last year, I didn't even buy it, dude. Like,
no, I heard that campaign was boring as hell too for Vanguard. I think it was Vanguard.
I've never heard anyone talk about it on all the video game podcasts that I listen to, right? Out of all the video game podcasts that I listen to, I've never heard people say, "Oh, you know what, man? This week I played a lot of Vanguard." Like, no one ever talks about the multiplayer or the single player.
No, but they all went back to Warzone. Yeah.
Think about when Modern Warfare, the 2019 one, came out. I mean, I was listening to people talk about Modern Warfare left and right. People were on all the podcasts, most of the video game podcasts were out there saying like, "Hey, man, this Modern Warfare campaign is fucking awesome. It's so much fun. The realism is crazy. Some of these missions are fucking nuts." Like in this one, I'm assuming it's going to be the same way. Where people are going to be just talking about the campaign, some of the missions, some of the moments, and they're going to be talking about the multiplayer for quite a while. I feel like Modern Warfare is in the rightful spot where it should be in the Call of Duty franchise world, where it should be the number one game, because that's kind of what started their whole like multiplayer like rise to fame, right? Was Modern Warfare the original, right? Remember? Yeah. Modern Warfare, Call of Duty 4, Modern Warfare.
The Xbox 360 at that time.
Yeah. And then like right after that, what came out? Like World at War came out, and that was kind of popular. And then what? Modern Warfare 2 came out, and that was fucking popular as shit. And then Black Ops came out. I mean, I gotta say, Black Ops at first wasn't amazing, but I still played it, and it still was fun. But later on down the road, it seems like Black Ops took over being the popular one. And like the modern shit kind of fell off, right? Because like, remember they made Ghost and that kind of flopped.
Yeah.
Then they made that one with the jetpacks.
Oh yeah, that was terrible. I remember, people were like, "I don't know if this jetpack thing's gonna work or whatever."
Yeah, I hated those fucking games. I hated Ghost. I hated the Advanced.
Didn't they have these I'm trying to think in that game where didn't they have these like what was it, Jesus? Where they had these like balls that would run you over or some shit.
Yeah.
I
It's
was like, what is this crap? Yeah.
the little
It's strange.
mines or whatever, they would chase you down or something. I
Yeah.
was like, what the fuck is this? Yeah, I hated those games. So pretty much from all those games, I kind of fell off. And during that time, I was playing the Black Ops series mostly. Black Ops 2 at the time, and then whatever the fuck came out. But then, like, recently, man, ever since Modern Warfare 2019, it's like it turned around. To me, it seems like the Black Ops series is kind of falling off. And I'm not saying in terms of the campaign, because, I mean, Cold War was fun. The campaign was fun, but the multiplayer was kind of shitty. I mean, it was just kind of, like, it felt like a step backwards to me, you know? Like,
Yeah.
where Modern Warfare was introducing all this cool shit, this, like, mounting your gun on shit, opening the doors, closing the doors, night vision, and all this cool shit. Modern Warfare or Call of Duty Cold War just felt like a step backwards. It felt like a 360 multiplayer mode or something like that, you know? And I know they try to bring it back a little bit with the World War II one where they had the doors and they kind of try to make it more like Modern Warfare,
Yes.
but it was
Yeah, I remember that.
but it was still it still felt kind of weird because it was like a World War II setting and it was just fucking odd and I just was not feeling that at all. So I'm really hyped up for this fucking game. This is the Call of Duty that I wanted for a while, man, and I'm fucking hyped. Now I'm excited for Modern Warfare 3 whenever the fuck that comes out in like 2 more years or whatever. Right? Isn't that what you said?
Probably 2 more years. Yeah. I mean, when we say 2 years, it's probably going to be, maybe, might be.
Well, didn't they say that this is this Modern Warfare, they're going to do this one this year, and they're skipping next year, right? Isn't that what they're doing? They're going to skip 2024?
Yes. Because that was a surprise, right? They were like, look,
Yeah.
we're going to do the Modern Warfare thing again. Yeah, because before they said, no, we're skipping it, right? And then they said, correction, Modern Warfare is coming out.
Yeah, because everyone thought they were going to skip this year, right? Because everyone's like, what the fuck you going to skip? No, and they're like, no. We got Modern Warfare coming out with the new Warzone, and then we're skipping a year.
Yes.
And then we're coming back with Black Ops. I'm assuming it's going to be a Black Ops, the next one, right? It's going to be a Black Ops game, probably. I think that'll be a good thing, man, because it'll really give Modern Warfare time to flesh out, you know, and have hopefully a lot of content. It'll give Warzone 2.0 a lot of content.
Right.
And maybe when they come out with the new Black Ops, maybe they come out with Warzone 2.3 or whatever, or 3.0 or whatever the fuck, you know?
No, I think that'll stick around for...
You think 2.0 is going to stick around?
Yeah, I think, because it's just... Yeah, I think it's going to stick around for a few more years.
You know that Blackout mode is still going, right? The one that
you told me that. I went to Google that and I forgot to do it, but I can't believe that mode is still out. It wasn't bad, right? It wasn't bad. It was just small and new, and yeah, it was like really small maps.
That was the original Battle Royale.
Yes.
Blackout mode. Yeah, with Black Ops 4.
But people got bored with it real quick when there was like 1 or 2 maps or whatever it was at the time.
It was like one map, yeah. Like one, yeah.
Like the guy would sit at the shipyard. All right, I'm going to go freaking play some Escape from Tarkov now. I'm getting bored, you know? Yeah. One map, yeah. It was too small. So Warzone's huge, so it's a good map.
Yeah, that was the original Battle Royale. That was the one that came out like right after PUBG, dude.
I remember I played that because I played it like a beta or something like that. And then it came out, you know, free to play. Or I don't know if you had to buy the game or not, so can't remember.
Yeah. I mean, the thing about Warzone that was different between Blackout and Warzone was Blackout. The main thing about that was that you had to buy Call of Duty Black Ops 4 to play
That's right. Yep, that's right. You did have to buy it. Yeah.
Where Warzone came out with Modern Warfare, but then they were like, oh, no. Like, now it's going free to play, too. Like, fuck it. Because remember, Warzone originally was only a part of Modern Warfare. Like, they came out with it, right? They were like, oh, to play Warzone, you have to have Modern Warfare. And then, like, right away, they were like, wait, what the fuck? What the fuck are we doing? Like, this is pretty good. We should just give it for free. And then they're like, oh, never mind. It's free now for everyone. And then that shit blew up, right? So
yeah,
that was a really smart move on their part.
Yeah, I see it still kind of not trending, but it's still doing pretty good.
Yeah.
So,
Warzone is actually, Warzone is still pretty popular. And I know that Warzone 2.0, man, they're gonna gain a lot of players playing that shit because people are gonna come in and try it, you know, they're gonna want to see what it's about.
Yeah, got to keep up with the Apexes and and other shooters out there. So got to keep it
Yeah,
fresh, man. Keep the content rolling.
I
That's how you make
guess.
monies.
But it's like they're gonna kill off Warzone 1. Like it's just done.
Yeah, I would think. I would.
Yeah, they said so. They were like, yeah, Warzone, the OG Warzone is going away. Like this is gonna be the
So do you
Warzone
think it'll
moving
be just
forward.
more of a? They're gonna bring them both out kind of at the same time and say, "All right, guys, you're gonna have to transition over to this new one." I don't think they'll just. I don't think they're just gonna kill it day one like they would.
They would. No, they are. They said they're going to.
Okay. Yeah.
I'm pretty sure they said that. Yeah, they're gonna kill off Warzone 1 when Warzone 2 comes out. And that comes out when the season 1 comes out for Modern Warfare. So season 1 of Modern Warfare 2 will start November 16th. November 16th will also be the launch of Warzone 2.0 on the Almost Raw map.
So just less than a month.
Yeah. So
Nice. I'll
there's
probably
that.
get in there and play some plunder mode. My favorite mode in there to
I'll
play.
play. I'll play some Warzone 2.0, man. And hopefully there won't be as many cheaters like the first couple of weeks or whatever. You know, there's gonna be cheaters, but
But there
um,
wasn't though, right? I mean, I think there wasn't that bad until what, this past summer? I think it was.
it got
I don't know
really
why
bad.
the influx of cheaters. Like back
Just
in I
I
feel
don't
like it
know.
was like May or June or some shit. It was just getting
I,
worse and worse.
I feel like people. I don't know what the fuck the point of cheating is, man. Like there was cheaters in the Modern Warfare 2 beta. Like there's been YouTube videos of people showing like cheaters and people cheating in the Modern Warfare 2 beta, even though they have this whole new whatever fucking anti-cheat system they're fucking using that they keep talking about. There's already cheaters, so like there's gonna be cheaters in this shit. I don't. My whole thing is why cheat? Like
I know. Silly.
I think the only reason that people cheat or like these guys do it is either one of two things, right? One, you're like really rich, right? You're really rich and all you do is play video games. And like playing a normal video game just got so boring to you that now your video game is ruining other people's games by cheating.
Yeah. I
You're
think
like that's your fun. Instead of like the fun being the actual gameplay of whatever game you're playing, your fun is you're ruining somebody else's day by cheating and killing them. That's the only thing I can think of is like you're that bored with yourself that like instead of like you're like, oh, you know what, Gunny, like just getting kill streaks, it doesn't do it for me no more. So
yeah.
I'm just gonna cheat and ruin other people's games, knowing that I'm ruining their game.
That's
That's
what
gonna
I'm
be
thinking.
my
Yeah. I
fun.
think there's just people out there that are just like, yeah, I want people to think I'm so much better than them when actually they're not.
Or that, I mean,
Or they can brag
shit.
online or just keep it to themselves and say, yeah, I'm so good, right? Even with aimbot, right? They just convince themselves that, and just by, and again, they can give two shits about if they're ruining anybody else's day, you know? Like I was getting a good kill streak and then I got killed by a cheater, someone who doesn't even know how to play.
Yeah.
Bullshit. It's like in a lot of games like that. So I've seen it too many times. Yeah.
Um. Anyways, that's all I played, man. There's enough Call of Duty talk. I'm gonna be talking about Call of Duty for the next 6 months, so I feel like this is enough Call of Duty talk for right now. The campaign is great. Go play it. I fucking had a blast from the moment the campaign started, dude. I was in. I was like, I'm fucking in. I'm
Nice.
in, motherfucker. And I don't know what I got because I bought the $100 edition of the game. I don't even know what you get, man. Like, what the fuck did you?
Skins and charms and all kinds of crazy stuff.
I'm gonna
But
look right.
let's talk about non Call of Duty games, non shooting games, because those
Oh,
are the ones that
gay,
I played.
gay, boring. No one wants
Hey,
to hear
there's an
about
audience for
that.
this. These are people in our community. They're like, God damn, Gunny, you play the best games ever out there.
Oh my god, no
The
one says
non-shooter
that.
games that
No
don't
one,
require any cheating
no,
because they just mindless fun, with a controller.
no one has ever said that ever, Gunny.
God, Gunny in his baby mode, he's awesome. It's nice.
I go ahead. Tell me what boring games have you been playing, Gunny?
Well, it's been all the same shit. So the last 2 weeks, Jesus, I've been, I mean, a little bit busy at work, but with just life stuff in general. So it's like, all right, man, I want to get in. I want to play more Conan, and I did. I did play a little bit more Conan Exiles, but I haven't though. Like for this last week, I haven't. I have barely even turned on the PC for some reason. And even with PlayStation Plus, my new subscription service for PlayStation Plus went through. I'm like, shit, I forgot I got PlayStation Plus. I got to turn my PlayStation on. So I need to get in and obviously play that since I'm paying for it. But other than that, it's just been like, I'll just turn on the Xbox and play something on there, you know? Like, don't want to play with any mouse and keyboard games. So I went up to the house last week. I ended up firing up some more Far Cry 6, grinding away. I'm like, why am I doing this? Fuck it. I loaded up Elden Ring. I'm like, forget Far Cry. Get into Elden Ring. And for some reason, I just got back on that kick again, man, for being an Elden Lord. But yeah, grinding away, killing more bosses. Again, like not. That's something like where I haven't like said, hey, where's more bosses? Like checking that for YouTube. So what I have been doing, Jesus, is I've just been, again, just exploring more, just trying to unlock every area and go to every grace, which is like a save point or a spawn point. Finding more of those. Getting more Ashes of War. And just looking at every nook and cranny for like these things called smithing stones or somber smithing stones, which is what you use to upgrade your weapons. Yeah, just trying different things on the weapon, you know, for more magic, more fire, farming items for crafting, you know, like for my buffs and defenses, you know, when you're fighting an enemy. It's like their words for potions, you know. Gosh, I can't remember what they call it for basically when you have in your inventory. They're more like charms or pendants or something that you have on, you know, in your equipment section for, you know, whether you have more fire damage or take less damage from something. So I'm just trying to collect everything. If I feel like not trying to 100% the game or anything. But yeah, I think I know without any spoilers, even for myself, where I think I know where the main boss is and where I need to go. So there's an area on the map, and just from what I've learned from the story over the last couple of weeks, where I'm at this fire giant. You know, I can't seem to get past this guy for some reason. Probably because I'm using fire a lot as well, and I'm pretty far leveled up. I forgot what level I'm at. Maybe was it 200? I think I just reached 200, and yeah. So maybe just need to get more strength up. Go in and just lay waste to some of these bosses and these lands, man. But yeah, I think yesterday, Jesus, I finally was like, fuck, I just need to put this game down, man, because I was just getting like burnt out on it. So but yeah, I'm like, I just need to put it down, play other shit, and because the game's just frustrating me when I run into these walls of, you know, some freaking giant that just steps on me and, you know, spits me off the side of the map, you know. So all right, I just need to go grind some more, or just go to a different area, find more, you know, better loot, better weapons, you know. But no, to the Elden Lord out there, yes, I'm still using the same blood weapon. It's basically just a large sword. It's one-handed, or you can use it two-handed. But I use that, but then I also use you know, one of the fire things that are at, you know, I add fire to it, or, you know, it's one of the things I use for you know, like a large slam to the ground, and just the enemies just go flying, man. I love it. So I feel like I'll never get tired of doing that. So yeah, works great against some bosses too, that, you know, that are not constantly attacking you. So yeah, so just had to take a break from it. So that's enough of the Elden Ring talk, but just playing that more on Xbox with a controller. So yeah, Jesus, I did try new game on Game Pass PC called Dyson Sphere. So this is a top-down isometrical city builder, but it's used as a mech. So like you are the mech, and you can see a pretty good section of where you need to be in on the map. But I almost forget that I'm supposed to be controlling this mech, where basically you're just mining things. That's all you're doing, mining and crafting. So it's I don't know. I don't know if it's something I really want to get into. I played it for a few hours yesterday, and I thought, oh, is this just Satisfactory, but more of that top-down map style type thing, where I'm just taking resources and crafting them into other things, and what's the end game here? So, but one of the things about this game here I've noticed is where it's like, hey, you're gonna go land on this planet, mine everything basically, like, and then what? And then eventually go to another planet and do the same thing. I don't know. So I haven't really gotten that far in the game to see if that's, but maybe that's the thing with this game, right? It's a little bit different. You can go to other planets and mine other stuff and make other things. So I don't know. I played 1,000 hours of Satisfactory, so it's like, I don't know if I really want to get into something like this, but I was talking to Ghost Nico about it, maybe I'll play more. Maybe I'll play, more sim management stuff like what he's been playing. Yeah. And I saw a few games also that came to Steam that were, more of that city settlement style type game, where I thought, oh, that might be more my style, So maybe not. I don't know. I want to go play more Resident Evil Village. I heard they got some good DLC out there. Got some high ratings, so might just put that down. Play some scary games. But yeah, Dyson Sphere. That's pretty much what that is. A Plague Tale Requiem. Did you Requiem? I don't know how you say that. Did you play this, Jesus? New
No,
game
I
that's
haven't.
out everywhere.
I want to. I want to download those. It's on Game Pass. I'm gonna get it on Game Pass for sure.
Yeah, I heard it got good scores. So, I fired that. Okay, so installed on the PC, Xbox Game Pass. So I noticed everything's on high, but it seemed like I didn't check my frames. I did not put like the frame checker on it. Through, what would I normally do that through? NVIDIA? Anyway, but I've done it before, but I'm pretty sure that thing was running not so smooth. You figure I've got a 165 hertz monitor, and so it's like, I don't know, it's like, I feel it's 165. I double checked everything, the settings were there, but obviously the frames were not.
It doesn't matter what your monitor is if your graphics card can't do it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, 1070 Ti. Oh, I did go back. Okay, I made sure I updated my drivers. Do you want to restart PC? Yes. Okay. Went back in and played it, and it was still kind of the same. So I kind of put some things down to medium, like volumetric fog and shadows and things like that, and it's definitely seemed to run a lot better. And so then,
volumetric fog seems to do a lot of things to games where they mix that shit. If you have that shit really high, it'll fuck up your game.
what was it? There was a game we played. Was it Division 2? I don't know. It was something on the PC I was playing, and you told me that. You're like, dude, put the fog off or whatever. There was even a website we can go to and say, yeah, turn this down, turn that up.
Low. Yeah, volumetric fog is always a big one in most games. I mean, even like in Cyberpunk, you turn that shit down, it makes a big difference. Even like Red Dead, you turn that shit down, it'll make
maybe that's what it was. Yeah, but I played Red Dead on Xbox. But yeah, no, there was like some anyway. So yeah, I turned some things down. It did run a little better. So then I did say, you know what? Let me go check it out on Xbox. Fired up my S, downloaded it on there, and obviously everything's optimized for a console. So yeah, definitely it looked good, and HDR was that was active, so the lighting was really good. And so yeah, I just started playing it on there. I only played it for like an hour, basically just hiding in bushes like the last game. So throwing rocks to deter the enemies. So, but so Jesus, my first thought when I fired this game up, right, is I don't know, maybe even if you played the first one, where, and it's not really so much spoiler, but you're like a young girl and you're with two younger boys, right? And obviously you're in some kind of village in somewhere in Europe or whatever. You can just tell from the settings and the castle and stuff like that. And I thought, man, I thought this seems like a series that's kind of taken over from Fable. I know it's third person, but it was just kind of my hot take on it. So I don't know if you'll get that same vibe. Again, it's not really cartoony or whatever, like a Fable game. I mean, they're all speaking, not that real heavy. English accent, if you know what I mean. But that was my Australian voice. But yeah, I don't know. I just thought, Fable seems to be. I mean, we know Turn 10's making it, but I thought, this is kind of nice, for. I don't know. It was just my thought on it. So since I really didn't play the first one for too long, but I know Mayo finished the first series, but yeah, I don't know. I'm gonna feel like I'm gonna play this all the way through. So one of the things I did like about this game was, and I don't think it was in the first one, was when you're doing a lot of like hide and seek, and that's one thing I don't really care for, but I am into the Hitman series. I know that's a little where you are in that stealth, but so one of the things, like, hey, let's say there's a guy coming real quick. There was like a thing where you can, I think on the controller it was like press Y or left trigger or whatever it was. You're not going to move, but you'll quickly distract an enemy. So I thought that's kind of nice, because before it was like, oh, maybe you should have like ducked or got somewhere else first, if that makes sense, right? Where like, oh, the game didn't tell me that, or maybe I have to die and then come back and redo it or something, right? Because I didn't know I had to move to a certain section before the enemy came back again. So thought that was cool. I'm glad they added something like that. So hopefully I'll see more of that in the game. That'll just be more, make it more enjoyable. So, so you're not constantly dying until you figure it out. So, but I'm just playing normal mode, Xbox controller. So, yeah, but the game looks a lot better on the S since my hobo PC can't handle it. So, yeah. But anyway, just the other thing I've just been playing again, just outside of like PC and stuff, and I think I was messaging you guys, is I went ahead and got Apple Arcade again. I was at the house and I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna do Apple Arcade. Why not? I deserve it. $5 a month or whatever.
Yeah, okay, why not? Hey,
yeah.
Hey, no bullshit. Like, some of the games on Apple Arcade are actually pretty nice. Like, they look good, and the cool thing about Apple Arcade is there's no microtransactions in those games.
That is awesome. Yeah,
And
I like
no
that
ads,
they don't.
So that's cool.
Yeah, it's cool. I like how they must have went to these developers or just sent them all like an email or something. For example, Angry Birds. I didn't play that in the last couple of weeks, but they must have sent them a thing and saying, "Hey, can you just is there a way for you to just remove all those or basically unlock everything? Can you do that again?" They're like, "Absolutely, we can. Here you go. Here's a new file. Bam, upload." Right?
Every game that could do that.
But yeah, right. There's probably just a code in there, or just a so edit file. Click all. Yeah. So that was cool. I liked that when I first had Apple Arcade, where I was like, nice. I was able to just play everything unlocked, and I didn't have to grind it and watch ads or.
What are you playing on Apple Arcade though? Like, what's the hit?
So the first thing I fired up was Pinball Party. So which is pretty much pinball effects. Ryan can explain this more, but one of the things they've done, and I didn't really research it. I've kind of watched some of their YouTube content, but so what I've noticed is where they'll have an exclusive table for like another platform, whether it's like an Epic or an Apple, an Apple iOS, or who knows, maybe Google Store has their own table. I could, you know what I mean? But yeah, I know that Ryan doesn't like it, because it's not like you can have all of your collection all in one place. I know Nintendo might even have done something with, the Switch. So, yeah, it's kind of weird. So I think they're just calling it Apple Arcade on some platforms. So where on the console, and I want to say in Steam, it's called Pinball FX 3. But either way, so they do release a lot of tables, right? I mean, you're always going to get most of your Star Wars and, your other themed tables. But so yeah, Apple Arcade. It's funny because I played My Little Pony. Jesus, My Little Pony. It was a badass table. I was playing there at the house. It was a hot day. I was wearing my underwear, playing My Little Pony. But it was actually a fun table. So just playing that on the iPad and yeah.
Well, I hope you're wearing underwear when you're playing anything, Gunny. If you're not wearing underwear, then I don't know.
But I had no pants on, nothing. You know what I mean? Just there, my skimpies, playing My Little Pony. Yeah, the only thing I hate about my freaking iPad uses in the last year, there's just no fix for it. Even if I update it, no sound. So one of the good things, it does have like an audio jack, or I can just put on some Bluetooth headphones, play it that way.
Yeah. What kind of iPad do you have, Gunny?
God, it's an older one. It's the older Pro, but it does have the, what do you call it? What is the 110 hertz or whatever? It's the highest,
Yeah, well, it's a Pro. The Pros are usually pretty good.
Yeah, so I do want to get a new one. I definitely want to get a new one. Hopefully, I get a new one next month. I can't wait.
Dude, I have an iPad right now next to me, and the only reason I have it here with me is because I never use it. I literally bought this iPad I want to say I bought it in 2019, maybe 2020.
Yeah, it's like a 2018 here.
I've used this iPad legit in all, like the time that I've owned it. I've actually sat down and used it like 5 times.
Damn,
it is ridiculous. I never used this fucking thing. And the other day I found it in like one of my drawers in my room. I'm like, what the fuck is this? What the fuck is this? No, it's my iPad. Yeah. And I was like, oh, because I was legit thinking about buying a new one. I was like, should I get the new Pro? I was like, oh, maybe I should. And then I was like, oh, wait, I have this fucking thing. And I was like, oh. I just reminded myself how often I don't fucking use it ever, like ever. So, I mean, the only reason I have it here is I'm looking at the show notes right now on it, and like this legit no other use for this thing. Like I don't. Why do people use iPads? I don't know. It's too fucking big.
Let me tell you
what
do you use this shit for? Let me tell you what I use it for. So you figure, as a driver, right? Okay. I drive around 8 to 10 to 12 hours a day.
You're driving, okay.
4 days a week, right?
Okay.
Man, so those 3, well, even if I got off of work, the first thing I do when I get home, I fire up the iPad, get that ready, unlock the code, and either YouTube comes on or Twitch. And I love Twitch. I will just watch whatever the latest game is. I don't know. Sometimes I've been watching.
So you go home and you fire up the iPad
for Twitch. Yeah. Yes, I do. So you figure, okay, it's cool because then I can just take this thing anywhere. It's on the table when I'm eating dinner, unless I'm, not talking to the wife or whatever. But hey, you're in the restroom with me. I'll bring it in here with me. I'll fire up a game, on the PC or the Xbox, and there's a Twitch. There's some kind of Twitch thing, playing from. Oh, so I've been watching the new Gotham Knights, and it could be anything. 7 Days to Die, the new Call of Duty. I just enjoy watching, somebody play video games. And now a lot of times, I'll turn the volume down or whatever, unless it's like, somebody in the community that's streaming like Nipron or, anybody that's on there that's, I try to pay attention to see what the hell they're playing and what the hell they're talking about. But other than that, volume's down, I'm playing. So, yeah, I love it. YouTube videos, whatever. I just carry it around the apartment with me all the time. So, yeah, it's great. So,
yeah, I mean, because I legit was looking at the new ones, man. I was like, oh, that looks nice.
Yeah, I was on vacation the last week. I was like, man, I need an iPad. I want the Pro though, and I only want the Pro for the higher hertz. So, because I don't know, my eyeballs, I just really enjoy that versus like the 80 hertz or whatever the lower resolution is. So, yeah, but basically they all have the same chipset. For what the guy told me, he's like, yeah, pretty much. So. They all have the same chipset, and they all have the same amount of like storage options. So whatever you want. So I think it's like a three different ones. So yeah, and like so I probably will get. I think this time around, Jesus, I will get like 120 gigs or whatever the highest one is, because on this one,
that's the lowest one.
Oh God, it was so low, whatever it was on that one. But I'll just look at my settings here. Because
let me look at iPads for you, Gunny. I'm gonna find you
because an iPad. Okay, I got this one, but let me see how many games I have on it. Well, besides the Apple Arcade or whatever, you've got to install all the games, so I can only have like 4 or 5 games at the most. I don't keep music on here. It's just such a low like storage space. I can't stand it. So I hate that when you go in, you're like, oh, I'm gonna pay $400, but you can get this one for $450, and and your significant others are over there going, "You don't need that, do you? You don't need." I'm like, dude, I'm a gamer. I need it. So I will need it. So
So
yeah,
on the new iPad Pros, they have an 11-inch model and they have a 12.9-inch model.
I was looking at getting the bigger one. So I think I have like
Uh,
11 right
the
now.
price difference is about $400.
Never mind. Never mind. Too
The
big.
the 11-inch starts at $799 and the 12-inch starts at $1099. So $300 difference.
But okay, so those are those the pros?
Those are the Pros base models.
Yeah.
Which one do you want, Gunny? I'll get you one right now. Which one
The
do you want? You want the 11-inch?
Yeah, 11-inch, but
Okay.
so the one that I
What
currently
color?
have is only 32 gigs. I'm gonna need at least
We're gonna get silver, okay, and there's a bunch of models for so the cheapest one is $799, but that's only 128 gigs. From
Oh,
there it
that's
goes up.
good.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah, 128 is good. I've currently only got let's see, 30, 40, 50 gigs, I
There's
think.
no way you got 50.
Dude,
No
look, it says
way,
I
dude.
swear it says I think this is only 50. Check this out. But either way, it's not enough for gaming. I've got more storage on my smaller
Alright.
what's this called, Jesus?
This
We both have
iPad,
the same phone.
this hobo ass iPad that I have on here right now, this one only has 32 gigs. So I guess you're probably right.
Yeah, yeah. So, but I think I have the iPhone 11. Is that what you have?
The 12.
Okay, I got the 11 Max Pro or whatever, but it's still too small for some games. It's okay,
Yeah.
but I've played pinball on it before, but
Yeah, on
but
my phone, I always opt for like the middle one or the higher one. What is this one? I think this one
yeah,
is.
I've had the 128 before, 128
Wait,
gig
this one
storage, and
is.
that's enough for like music, games. Because
This
you're
is
always going to be deleting
128.
games. Yeah, you're always going to be deleting games. I mean, you're going to have your main stuff on there, but yeah. But I don't know. Now that Apple Arcade's out, I mean, I'll probably want to download more stuff. Um, but yeah, moving on to that, Jesus. That sounds good though. I think I'm going to go with that 11-inch, 128 gig, the silver. Perfect. That'll be my Christmas gift.
It's $800, Gunny. $800.
That's fine. That's fine, right? So, look, it's mobile. Yeah, it's perfect.
Fine.
So,
Mm.
but yeah, I want to say one of my favorite tables in Pinball Effects are in this case Apple Arcade. But I play it on Xbox. It's called Wild West Rampage. So I seem to always gravitate back to this table for some reason. Maybe because I think I just don't. I never get enough time with it. I feel so. I'm like, I need to fire that one up more. So it's just a fun freaking table. Love to play it. Yeah, Wild West Rampage, and the other one I played was How to Train Your Dragon. So I don't know if it was just you don't get the full game, or it was just like not a one ball challenge, but it was more of a
Fuck are you
distance
doing, man?
challenge.
Okay.
But yeah, I don't know, any of those tables. I would say the least favorites. Some of the least favorites I've had is it Alien Isolation? I don't know, they're too dark, and yeah, try to stay away from those. But anything Star Wars, Jesus, and there's a lot of them on there. A lot of Star Wars tables. It's probably like 12 or 16. I don't know. There's like a whole freaking row of them. So all those are really fun. So, but you'll be happy to know, Jesus, I played Jetpack Joyride 2. Now this is a timed exclusive on the Apple Arcade. So, but it's pretty much if you played the first one like you did, what 8-10 years ago. I mean, it seemed like it was forever ago. I was playing this on a Google tablet, but yeah. This one's now got some mechs. You get some time in a little mech, and you can do more damage in the mech. So, but you still got to maneuver through some of the electric lines. So, yeah. But you get to upgrade your. What is it you upgrade in there? Is it your whatever you're flying on? You can upgrade it. So there seems like it's got a little more of that carrot on the stick. Like, I can keep going, playing more levels. I want to be able to do better in each level. To upgrade, it's not your gun, but it's just whatever on that little saucer that you're on. So, yeah. So I've been playing that. Jetpack Joyride 2 is just as good as the first one. But yeah, that's pretty much all I played. Did try out a few other games, but yeah.
I'm I'm Mayo. Oh, hi, Mayo. You're here.
It's
Hey,
me, Pex.
hey, guys.
Yeah.
I played. I drove my car really fast in the mountains. Uh, yeah, we went really fast.
We were doing
Uh,
150 miles an hour.
no fucking kidding. Mayo was going like 150 miles an hour, and he took a photo of his dash. I'm like, motherfucker, keep your eyes on the road. What are you doing right
Yeah.
now? You should
He's like, I'm
never
on
ever have.
Facebook. I'm putting.
Dude, let me
I'm
tell
on
you,
Instagram right now,
this,
looking down
this
at my
motherfucker,
phone.
yeah, this motherfucker's over here updating his Instagram story and shit while going 150 miles an hour down a windy
He's
ass
like,
mountain
just
road.
think Doctor Strange. Anybody remembers Doctor Strange in the beginning of that movie? Yeah, I'm just gonna go to Instagram, start posting photos of my beautiful smile. Fucking Mayo over
Motherfucker,
here.
fucking Mayo's over here doing 150 miles an hour in some fucking Forza fucking Horizon type of shit with a bunch of other cars going down a mountain, and he's over here taking a photo of his dash. Oh, this is the perfect time to take a photo of my dash while I'm doing 150 miles an hour. Mayo, what are you doing, Mayo? What are you, crazy bastard?
Yeah, he likes a wild adventure.
But yeah, he did like some what do they call it? The gauntlet or something like? Don't they call it something like the gauntlet or something like that? Isn't that
I
what
think
they
he did
call it?
that last time when he went. Wasn't he
No,
going down south?
didn't they
No,
call it the devil's asshole or something? What are they
Devil's Asshole. Yeah, yeah, but that was the last time he went. He went and did
Mm,
that. I think he was telling
oh,
us where it's just like
I forget what this one was called. It was called like the devil's something, the devil's tail or the devil's fucking
Devil's
spike,
Whip.
the
Yeah,
devil's something. But pretty much says like in West Virginia is like this mountain, and him and like I don't know a bunch of other people that have like nice sports cars or whatever go really fast down a mountain, like just fucking hauling ass the whole way down the mountain. Apparently,
just scraping the dust off of the side guardrails.
all I'm saying is like one of those motherfuckers is probably really rich and just pays off the cops, right? Like, there's no way the cops
Yeah.
don't know about this.
You never hear them getting a ticket, right? They're just
Yeah,
too fast.
yeah.
They're just like, you guys go ahead, don't die, you'll be
There's
fine.
no way. If I was the fucking state trooper, man, I'd be waiting for these motherfuckers every year. I'd be like, all right, this is the time these motherfuckers come down the
Be like Smokey
mountain.
and the Bandit.
Yeah, I'd be out there with like a bunch of other cop cars and shit. We'd have fucking like stakeouts everywhere, fucking cop cars everywhere, helicopters on standby and shit. All right, boys, we're gonna get that son bitch.
We got road stakes everywhere.
Yeah, we're gonna get that fucking white Camaro this year. That motherfucker. Yeah, I'd be getting all you motherfuckers if I was a cop. I'd be like, that'd be like my fucking. That'd be the highlight of my year. I'd be planning the whole year just for that one day.
It'd be like the Corpo County Sheriff's Office got a photo of like, what's in our impound yard? Mario's Camaro. Yeah.
May we got that son bitch. We got him and his buddy.
He's locked up in the county now.
Him and his buddy in the black Camaro. We got them both. We couldn't catch the Lamborghini because that motherfucker was still too fast. We got the Camaro. Oh shit! Yeah, no, it's actually really cool. Like I saw the photos of all the cars that he went up there with, and all those cars are fucking nice, dude.
Yeah. I didn't see a mail, so just put a few of those in Discord for me. I'd appreciate it.
They're really nice. Like a bunch of Corvettes, pretty much. A few Camaro. Like there was like I think there was a black Camaro like his, but it was black instead of white. And a bunch of Corvettes. I'm pretty sure it was mostly Corvettes and like Camaros.
I think I've told Mail like every time when I go to so I go to Fort Bragg, California, not North Carolina, every Friday. Well, and they don't do it every Friday, but it's kind of considered like a Highway 1, like a famous, on the ocean, whatever, certain sections. But the Camaro Club will come up, or the Corvette Club comes up. So there'll be like probably 30, 40 of them, and they're all old guys, so they're all doing like 40 miles an hour,
That's what he said. These guys are. He said all these guys are old white guys.
Yeah, that's all I ever see.
With good credit scores and nice cars.
Yes, for sure. So, yeah.
He said they all have like nice Camaros and shit. But I'm pretty sure the crew that he goes with, the guys that he goes with, they're all Chevy people.
Absolutely.
Because you don't see like any Mustangs, or you don't see like any like what other brand is it? There's Dodge. You don't see like any Dodge with them or anything. You don't see like any Chargers or any of that shit.
Even though I think Dodge is Chrysler, part of the Chevy group. I don't know. Yeah, but a different class for sure.
Maybe, I don't know.
Yeah, no Fords, right? No
but you don't
Fords.
see like any Dodge Vipers or none of that shit with them. You know, it's just Camaros, Corvettes, and all that shit. So it's kind of cool, man. It would be cool. I think it would be a cool thing to do, you know, as long as you're able to know how to control your car down a fucking mountain going 150.
Yeah.
I mean,
have good tire tread, and yeah.
Hey, I want like
not
one
be on your
day
phone.
I'm gonna make a Facebook group for like all the Ford people. I'm gonna be like, hey guys, let's all meet up at this mountain this day, and then I'm gonna, hey man, when are you gonna go do that Camaro thing again? He's like, oh, I'm gonna go this week, and I'm gonna have those guys all show up at the same time, Gunny. It's gonna be a fucking brawl. I'm gonna have
race down that mountain.
See, Mayo's crew will be going down the mountain, and I'll set up the Ford guys to go up the mountain. And then I'll have the Dodge guys, like, I don't know, come off the side road somewhere, and they're all going to meet up in the middle.
Devil's Death House.
Yeah, it'll be a big brawl. Yeah, big brawl in the middle. Yeah, that'd be awesome. Yeah. All I'm saying is the cops drive the Fords, you know? They drive the Fords.
Yeah, they're always those. Yeah, I always see them here, and even in California.
I never see a cop driving a Camaro. You know, I'm just saying, Mayo. Just saying.
Unless you do out in Ohio, let us know.
Dude, there's a cop out here in Oregon, this motherfucker. He drives like a Mustang, like legit, like it's like a nice Mustang. It looks like a race car, dude.
I used to see those. I don't know, maybe they do it still.
No, but listen, this Mustang has like a custom paint job. It's like a lime green with like purple. And it's like that, what's that paint job where like it changes color? The one you like if you walk around it, it'll change color. So it goes from like green to purple, like lime green to like metallic purple or whatever. It looks metallic all around. The windows are tinted pitch black all around that motherfucker. It has like racing wheels on it. And this motherfucker, he's known because he'll pull up next to cars that are like on the highway, like Camaros and like fucking Chargers and shit. And he'll like try to race them. He'll like, he'll like rev his engine, right? And like start acting like he's going to race them. And they'll take off. And then he'll fucking pull him over. And he's a fucking state trooper. Like, what a dick. I'd be fucking pissed if that happened to me, dude. I've seen him a few times out here on the back roads. He'll like be chilling on the side of the road, just chilling, just parked there.
This is like a state trooper or a local cop or what?
No, he's a state trooper, obviously. He like runs around all of Oregon or whatever. But yeah, this motherfucker having a nice ass. They must have impounded that car from somebody, right? And just kept it as a fucking trophy or something. I don't know.
Yeah. Let's paint it up like a official car.
Yeah, it looks like a race car. You would never think that that's like a cop car. That motherfucker looks just like a normal fucking car. And the windows are super dark, so no one can ever see who's in there. So if fucker pulls up, tries to race you, you take off on him, he'll fucking pull your ass over. Anyways, move on to some news. It's news time. Thank you, Mayo, for stopping by and telling us about your race down the mountain. What a nice guy.
News time.
News time. All right. News. Gunny. Kids who play video games score higher on brain function test. That's right.
Is that so? Not adults like me? My brain doesn't work.
No, your brain is dead. Your brain is fried. It's done. It's done. It's done. Your brain is actually on the decline now, Gunny.
Yeah.
You're going downhill now. You reached the peak.
Way over the hill
now.
Yeah. Baby mode. That's all I gotta say. Yeah. Coming down.
Kids who play video games have better memory and better control over their motor skills than kids who do not. According to a new study looking at adolescent brain functions, video games might not be responsible for these differences. The study can't say what the causes are, but the findings add to a bigger body of work, showing gamers have better performance on some tests of brain function. That lends support to efforts to develop games that can treat cognitive problems. The study used the data from adolescent brain cognitive development, which launched back in 2018, and it's tracking brain development in thousands of children across the United States as they grow into adulthood. Participants periodically will go through a battery of assessments, including brain imaging, cognitive tasks, mental health screenings, physical health exams, and other tests. To study video games and cognition, the research team on this new study pulled from the first set of assessments in the ABCD study. It included data on 2,217 children who were 9 and 10 years old. The study asked participants how many hours of video games they played on a typical weekend or weekday. And the research team divided the group into video gamers, the kids who played at least 21 hours a week, and the non-video gamers, kids who played no video games each week. Kids who only played occasionally were not included in the study. Then, the research team looked at the kids' performance on tests that measure attention, impulse control, and memory. The video game kids did way better on tests, the study found. They also had found differences in their brain activity patterns from the non-gamers. They had more activity in brain regions involved with attention and memory when they were performing their test. Notably, there were no differences between the two groups on measures of mental health. This is, whatever. This is apparently evidence that rebutes the widespread concerns of video games, like inducing violence on kids or whatever. The study also added to a large body of work showing differences in the brains of gamers compared with non-gamers, and it hinted that gamers have an edge on certain types of brain functions. Companies are now trying to leverage these differences to develop video games that treat cognitive conditions. Akili Interactive, for example, now has a prescription video game that treats ADHD. And Deep Well Digital Therapeutics wants to find the therapeutic value in existing games. But despite all this work, it is still not clear why there are differences between the gamers and the non-gamers in this age group. It could be that video games cause the improvements in cognition, but it could also be that people who already have better attention for tasks like the ones in the study are more drawn to video games just naturally. So there's that. Who knows, man? That's kind of cool. It's kind of cool to see that they're actually doing studies to find this out, right? Like, all right, like, are video games really making our kids more dumb? Are they making them smarter? Are they making them better learners? Maybe they learn how to retain patterns better, etc.
Yeah,
I mean, I feel like myself, even like I feel sometimes like at work, even like anywhere, just in my normal life, man, I'll apply video game logic to shit, and I'm like, man, that actually like worked. What the fuck? You know what I mean? Like, you ever do that? Like, just apply some stupid video game logic to your fucking like normal life shit, and you're like, god damn, that actually worked. What the fuck?
Yeah. I can't think of any one situation where, someone as old as me or whatever, but I think like, hey, maybe Jesus, maybe that makes me a better truck driver when I'm playing Forza, when I'm going around those turns, because I've said this before and I just mentioned about the Fort Bragg thing about, it's a lot of twisting and turning and braking and accelerating.
Yeah.
I feel like I'm a better driver. I haven't gotten into any accidents, guys. Any accidents in a long time. So there you go. Playing more racing games. That's not like a straight, like NASCAR style type game, but more of a Forza. So there you go. There's something for me. But yeah, I'm glad to see positive studies come out from, these things, and especially when they recognize, a mental health thing where it doesn't matter gamer, non-gamer, right? They could just be movie watchers or just out socializing, I don't know, or sitting at home doing something, but other than video games. But yeah, so it's good to see some positive studies for the kids and how it can be beneficial. So, and in my opinion, I think it just makes people happier. So,
we want some more news here, Gunny. Discord and PS5 voice integration allegedly is coming soon. Discord voice integration with PS5 is now on the way, though it looks like it's a similar integration will not be coming to the PS4. Twitter user Advate, whatever the fuck his Twitter handle is, I can't pronounce that, found and posted evidence of the PS5 Discord integration, including a, quote, join voice on PlayStation button and 2 permission screens for enabling PlayStation to integrate with Discord. However, as The Verge pointed out, voice integration seems to be only coming to PS4.
I see a picture here with a PS4 logo next to the PS5. If that's the correct screenshot,
Mm-hmm.
I mean, if you look right at it, it shows right there. PS5 join voice chat on
Wait.
PS5.
It
Yeah.
says here on the first permission screen, there's a text that reads, "Certain features are only available on the PS5," and below this text are two boxes. The first has a header that says PS5 and two bullet points which read, "Join voice chat on the PS5 and display the game you're playing." And the second header has a PS4 and one bullet point which reads, "PS4 and display the game you're playing."
Oh, so just
So
display. Yeah.
that's kind of
So,
shitty for the PS because there's so many PS4
I
players out
know.
there
Yeah,
still, dude.
there's a lot. I can't think
And
of why they well, maybe later. I mean, I would just hope that later they do add
no,
this. I know
I
people
don't
with
think so.
PS4s, they're on Discord, so they're talking on their phones, tablets, while playing the game with their friends.
So move on to some more news. More news. Gotham Knights. Gunny. That game is
That
out.
game I've been watching on Twitch. Yes. The new Batman game. I call it a Batman game.
PC players looking forward to playing Gotham Knights on the Steam machines are going to need a beefy PC, Gunny. Beefy, okay?
How
Beefy
beefy?
PC. Very beefy, all the
4080,
beef.
4090?
Okay, let's see here.
What are they going to do?
System requirements, Gunny. If you are going to play Gotham Knights, you will notice the PC requirements are being suggested. If you're wanting to play the game on a resolution of 1080p with high quality settings while getting 60 FPS, the recommended hardware might be more than what you have. Steam says you will need an i7 10700K 3.6 GHz or AMD Ryzen 5 5600X as your CPU. You need at least 16 gigabytes of RAM, which most people have. But for a graphics card, Gunny, you're going to need an NVIDIA GeForce RTX 2070 minimum or an AMD Radeon 5700 XT. And this is just for 1080p gaming.
Damn.
For 1080p gaming at low settings, the minimum lowest requirements to play the game, Gunny. All right, this is like the minimum shit to play the game. You got to have at least 8 gigs of RAM, an Intel Core i5 or an AMD Ryzen 5 3600. You must have a GeForce GTX 1660 Ti or an AMD Radeon RX 590. And this is for 60 FPS on low quality settings. Yeah.
So when I saw this article first come out, not this one here, but where it's like, yeah, they were showing, and it was like, it might have been Tom's Hardware or whatever. It wasn't Digital Foundry, but they were showing just how, the PS5. Well, at first they were trying to like say, oh, it's the Xbox Series S and it's holding everything back. But no, even on the PS5, they were showing these screenshots of 26 frames per second. Now, whether it doesn't always run in 26, but they were just showing how there's that average of 26 up to 30, right? I don't know, unless it locks at 30. That might have been the PC. I could be wrong on that, but I was like, wow, what are we in just last gen here? What's going on? I know one of IAM's friends on Twitter. He was like, dude, when the fuck are they going to release AAA games, completed? When are we ever going to see that again? It just seems like we're always getting these games that, well, that's the target date for release, and sorry, but 30 frames at the max for, these next gen consoles, right? PS5, Xbox Series X. It's like, wow, But I already know, geez, I already know whatever it is, and I'm sure they can't announce it. I'm sure there's maybe another article out there, but we've seen this before where it's going to be one of those things where we're working on it, right? And so who knows? It could be 2 months from now. Hey, there's a new patch. You can now play it in 60 FPS. But for me personally, I looked at that and I was like, you know what? You're not getting my money. No, I'm sorry, Warner Brothers, fucking whoever this is. You are not getting my money until you get me at least 60. That's just my opinion. Again, I don't know.
Now, the developer came out and said that the reason that the 30 FPS is a thing on the consoles. That's because of the Series S. They say the Series S it's too much of a bottleneck for them, and they said that the problem is that Microsoft requires developers
Yes.
to release games on both the Series X and the Series S. Like, no developer can make a game for the Series X without it working on the Series S. That's a requirement apparently for Microsoft and the Xbox team. Like, if
No,
you want to
okay.
if you want to
So
release a game on the Series X, it must work on the Series S. And they're saying the reason that so they're saying, okay, if we're making a game, right, and we're making it for the PS5 and the Series X, but now we also got to make it for the Series S, we got to dumb it down for the lowest common console, which is the Series S.
yeah, and
And
probably I don't know.
the
Yeah.
performance sucks. They said the biggest bottleneck on the Series S is the GPU or whatever. Like, they said that it's not as powerful as the ones on the Series X and PS5 or whatever, and it's just bottlenecks the shit too much.
Yeah,
They
and I'm
can't do
sure
it.
there'd be lawsuits flying, right, if they did that 60 on Series X and 30 on Series S. But that doesn't explain the PS5 though, where I'm pretty sure the
Well, it
PS5 is
does
even held back.
because they say the reason they did it on the PS5 like that is because of Series S. Because
Well, that doesn't make sense.
they're not going to develop a game 3 different times. They're just making it once, and they don't want to waste the resources to optimize it for the PS5 and then make it separate. Like, have an extra team work on the PS5 version to make it 60, and have the team working on the Series S or the Xbox version a different thing. They said they'd rather have it all be the same.
Right. I'm sure when
So
they
they
develop
just
for consoles, it's at the same time, but yeah, it just seems weird. I don't know. I don't know if I buy it,
I
Jesus. I still don't know if I
I
know
don't
that's
know.
what the developer said, but I just don't buy it. I don't know. I just think no. I think it's still that's just yeah. I think they're BSing, honestly.
Yeah,
They
I
probably
think it's
again, it's
bullshit too
probably
because
yeah.
I think it's just they were trying to deflect because I know there's a few other games. Hasn't there been other games that have released on the X at 60 and on the S at 30?
I don't think so. I don't
There has
think
to be. There,
so.
there has to be
No, but
games
it
that.
has happened. I want to say with the Xbox One version. I think we've seen that where games still come to the Xbox One, right? Maybe not in this one because they just said next gen only, but still they barely reached. They barely promised on what they set out to do. Right? It's a next gen title, but it's not. I don't know. I'm sure. Like again, I haven't installed it or purchased it, but does it say optimized for the Xbox S and X? So maybe somebody out there is probably like, yes, they did say that, and it is showing up as so. But I don't know. It just like you said. I think the deflector, whatever. Yeah, just don't look over here. Just we'll get it out in 2 more months. But give us all the money now. Buy it at launch. Give us all the money. And then hopefully in 2 months, could be. I don't know. I'm just gonna wait until they come out with that patch. Whether they've said it or not, I just know it's coming. This is early access, so I'll give you 40 for it. So let me know when you completed the game. So I didn't buy a next gen fucking Xbox to play 30 frames. That was old hat, man. Come on.
In other news, moving on to some PC gaming news here. Nvidia's DLSS 3 looks like it's making some serious magic happen for the new Nvidia release graphics cards, the GTX or the GeForce RTX 4090. Anyways, DLSS 3 is exclusive right now to the RTX 40 series. So this is a question for many people that own the current generation of cards, the 30 series and the 2000s, and the people that even own like the 1000 series or whatever. Apparently, this benefits gamers as well. You still get benefits with NVIDIA Reflex and all that on the current generation cards, like the 20 series and the 3000 series and the 1000 series. As long as your card supports DLSS of any kind, or DLSS 2, you can you still get benefits of DLSS 3 when developers use it. it pretty much combines DLSS super resolution technology and NVIDIA Reflex with DLSS frame generation. This is some AI fucking power shit, Gunny, that makes magic happen and makes your games run better. So there's that.
Yeah, I was looking at a different article when this first came out, and I was like, "What? Whoa! I need a 40 series, man. That's what I need."
They're expensive.
That's cool. I want to play a game on a 40 series so bad.
Yeah, that
Even
would
if
be
I
nice.
don't understand it, but super resolution.
Speaking of 40 series, Gunny, let me got some more news for you here. NVIDIA might have a problem with the new 4090 cards. According to some users online, there's been videos and photos coming up of apparently there's some of these cards are catching on fire.
Yeah, I saw the YouTube video on that. I was like, "What is that fake? Is this fake?" You know. But,
Apparently, it's because of the 16-pin power connector. Apparently, like if you unplug it and plug it back in too many times or like whatever, it fucking wears them out, and they're not like meant to be like unplugged and plugged in a whole bunch of times, and it'll catch on fucking fire, and it'll burn up your house. It'll blow up your house. It'll burn it all up to the ground.
Yeah. Oh, but
Anyways,
man, can you imagine you're just not home, your PC's on, and just catches flame? Yeah.
It says here that any so this company that does like testing on like power connectors, they pretty much said that the reason this is happening is that severe bending and exceeding connection cycles beyond 40. So like if you unplug and plug it in more than 40 times, Gunny.
40 times? Okay, really?
Okay.
It sounds like deflect, but okay.
Hey, listen, man. I know fucking what's his name, Brink probably unplugged this shit and plugged it back in times. That fucker's rebuilding his PC like every 3 days, dude.
And he's never had a fire, so what's up?
Oh, that's because he's putting new stuff in there, I guess. But it says here, if you exceed connection cycles beyond 40, and that if you bend your cable severely, this may result in thermal hotspots, and in some cases, Gunny, may even melt the cables.
Ooh.
Dun, dun, dun.
Holy shit. I'd rather have a melted cable than a melted house, yeah.
That's for sure.
Yeah.
So I guess if you buy a 4090, make sure you have like a house insurance or like renter's insurance or whatever. Like just make sure your shit's covered, bro. Just
make sure it's only 39 times that you connect it and disconnect it. Yeah.
You can only make sure you count. And make sure you have like a little tally board next to your PC that you're like marking every time you unplug that fucker and plug it back in.
I think with that statement, it still doesn't help, right? It still doesn't. Yeah, it's just like,
40,
yeah,
that's a lot.
That's the problem right there. You did it over 40. Yeah, whatever.
Dude, I don't think I've unplugged.
Cheap Chinese products,
I don't think I've ever unplugged my card more than 10 times since I've owned this. Like not even more than 5, I would say, since I've owned this PC.
Yeah, maybe 4 for me.
Not even 3 times, because I built it and I've never moved it since. Oh, maybe no, that's a lie, because I've had to remove the Cosmos battery like once or twice, and I had to add the NVMe slot is right behind the GPU, so I had to install that. So, okay, maybe I've unplugged it like 4 times, okay? But that's really it, dude. Like 40 fucking times.
Yeah. It just seems like that's probably what happened to one of these people where his computer blew up, and they were like, so what exactly did you do?
Bro, I don't know what I did.
Unplugging it and plugging it back in, and yeah. Oh, there it is. There's your problem. Yeah.
How many times did you unplug it?
41 times? Yeah.
45 times.
Yeah. You exceeded the 40 limit. Oh, fuck you.
You didn't read the fine print that says a 40 limit on plug and plug back in, bro. Like that's like I said, there are certain people though that will exceed that, like Brink, that are constantly taking their PC apart and putting it back together.
Maybe it'll work better if I disconnect it and put it back.
Bro. Yeah, Brink is always doing weird shit to his. He's always like adding thermal paste to it and shit. He's like, Yeah, bro, I took apart my GPU and I added some new thermal paste and I
I
cleaned
took a
the
toothbrush
fans.
to it and scrubbed it
Yeah,
real
yeah.
good.
He's like, yeah, I cleaned the fans and
Baking
I blew
soda and
it. I
everything.
blew it out and I vacuumed the vents and and it gave me like 5 more FPS, bro. 5 more, I tell you.
I
Like
exceeded my RAM by 2%.
he's into all that shit. In other news, Disco Elysium lead designer is filing a lawsuit against Studio Za or whatever the fuck Zaum, is that what it's called? That
That's
whatever
what I'm calling
studio.
it.
Za-UM. ZA-UM or /UM. I don't know what the fuck that is. Maybe Zaum? Zaum?
It's probably, I mean, it seems like two different companies.
It does, but who knows? It was 2 different companies were like together. Anyways, they were leaving the studio because they were no longer in the studio a few weeks ago. Apparently, we heard that news. And then former Zaum employee Martin Luiga claimed that developers left involuntarily and were fired on false premises. According to Luiga, the departures occurred at the end of 2021, and he cannot offer further details due to NDAs. Kurvit's lawsuit was filed on behalf of his own company, Telomer, and the hearing will take place in the Estonian court on November 28th. The exact nature of the legal dispute is not yet clear. However, that hasn't stopped Disco Elysium fans from speculating whether or not this will have an impact on a potential sequel to the game. Kurvitz first explored the world of Disco Elysium in an Estonian language novel that was published years before the game. As such, it is not clear how the intellectual property rights to the game might shake out, nor whether or not that's even an issue here. Okay. So is this guy like the writer of the game? Like the writer of the book?
Or something. He must.
What the fuck?
I mean, even if you're
Who
a
is this
developer, I mean,
guy?
you're an employee. So, but he must have some kind of stake in this game.
He
It
was a
sounds like.
lead. He was a lead designer. The guy suing.
Yeah, I wonder how that works. In today's
Yeah.
world, where you can say, "I'm a designer. I designed the game." But yeah, you were an employee, so you don't own the
Yeah.
game. But either
Yeah.
way, I don't know. Well, good luck to him. From
Good luck to your lawsuit, buddy. I don't know.
yeah.
It's in Estonia. Who the fuck cares? It's fucking happening in Estonia. Anyways, another news. Let's want some more news, Gunny. So I don't know if you know about this, Gunny, but a few weeks ago, or last week actually, 2 weeks ago maybe, Twitch star Amaranth. I don't know if you know this chick.
Yeah,
She's like a Twitch streamer.
we did a story on her. Yeah, a while back.
Yeah, she apparently a while back was they found out that like she's actually married. Okay, she's legally married to someone. She's not single as she may have led people to believe because she does have an OnlyFans account. And in her OnlyFans, of course, she says that she's single, but she's not. She's actually married. And it came out that apparently that she was streaming like a lot, and the whole time that she was streaming and all her OnlyFans account shit and all her like all that stuff, apparently all that money she was making from all that was going to her husband. So apparently he was controlling all the finances and making her stream like long hours with no sleep or lack of sleep.
Damn.
And making her create tons of OnlyFans content. Like he was making her create OnlyFans content a lot, apparently. So obviously she could get more people on OnlyFans to pay more money or whatever. And anyway, so that all came out like a few weeks ago. I don't know if you heard about all that, but it was a big deal.
No, that's news to me.
It kind of happened live on stream where like she was doing a stream, right? And during the stream, like she left her mic on and she walked away from the microphone. But people could hear an argument in the background. It was like a guy screaming at her that she was doing something wrong. And she came back into the room and her phone rang. And she put the phone on speaker while the microphone was on.
Oh, it was hot.
And it was him. It was him from the other bedroom. Because he knew she was live, so he didn't want to walk into the room on camera. But it was him from like another room screaming at her, telling her to get her shit together or something like that. And like she told him that she was live on Twitch. And then he tried to like all of a sudden he like flipped the story and made it sound like she was the one arguing with him.
Oh,
And like she was acting crazy. Like he was like, "Oh, you're acting crazy. Oh, I can't believe you did all that." But the thing is, it kind of all came out at that point. Like, what the fuck is happening? Like that doesn't
yeah.
seem right. You know, people put two and two together really fast, and they're like, "Are you okay? Like, do we need to send the cops over there? Like, what the fuck's going on, dude?" And then like, sure enough, soon after that, the Twitch, like the stream stopped. It like got killed. No one knows how or what happened, but the stream just stopped. So when the stream stopped, people were worried about her. They called like her family or like her friends or whatever, were tweeting at her. And apparently like another streamer or whatever went to her house and like picked her up and like took her to her house.
Damn.
And said like, "Hey, look, she's safe. She's with me right now, and like her husband is over there." And people were like, "What the fuck? She's married? Like, we didn't know
Yeah.
she was
My face
married."
was single and ready to mingle, you know?
No,
Come on.
she's been married since like 2016 or 2017. She's been married for a long time, like 5 years or something. Anyways, apparently it came out that this dude was really abusive. He was the one behind her like I guess her drive to stream a lot and to like create a lot of content. And like even though she like would go to like E3 and she would go to like
Yeah,
Twitch
that's where I
events.
saw her on Twitch was
Yeah.
no, it was TwitchCon. Yeah, that's where I saw her.
She would go to TwitchCon, she would go to Comic Con, she would be invited to all these big events with streamers and influencers. And she said that even though like she was there by herself, like taking photos and like meeting fans and whatever, like during the whole time, all her money was controlled by her husband. Like
Damn, so he pimped her out. Wow, I thought it was all
he
her.
like he had all that money. He had access to all that money. Like she didn't have no money. He had all her money in his accounts. So she had like no money, and like she pretty much was working to like make this dude money. And it came out, and all that came out since then. And since then, since that video came out and she like fled or whatever, pretty much uh fucking she apparently now she says that she's okay. And she made a video since then and she says she's happy that she is free.
Hmm.
She said that she wants to talk to the people about the situation. She began by addressing the events on Sunday night, which when she broadcasted an abusive phone call and voicemail messages left by her husband. And she said, "Thank you to everyone who has been super kind and supportive lately. Over the past few days, I've had lots of people reach out to show concern, and that means a lot." Says here, as for the husband situation, some of you probably saw the other night, he called me during a stream, and I had to disappear for about 2 hours. Then I finally unmuted about an hour and a half into the call, and I apologize if that was hard to watch for people. I didn't really know what else to do. And she says that was actually the first time he's ever heard himself on any recording.
Wow.
Adding that he had been recorded during other abusive calls, but had never agreed to previous attempts to have himself listen to himself. I think when he heard himself on that call, it really sunk in on how much of an asshole he really is.
Yeah,
It's
for
like,
sure.
you never realized you were an idiot. Amaranth says her husband is getting help and that as of today, I have access to all of my accounts and finances again, while she is also seeking legal and emotional counsel. She says, I didn't think that many people would give a shit, to be honest. It's kind of crazy. And even my haters are like, damn, I fucking hate Amaranth, but you know what? I hope she's okay. So that's nice. So yeah.
Damn, I did not know all that stuff. That's crazy. Yeah. And you know that I would say that smile definitely deceived me. You know, when I saw her at TwitchCon, you know? Like, well, she looks happy and and yeah. Fans love her. She's got 25,000 people watching her and yeah. Wow, little did I know that happened. It's crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah, that image that he put on, right? That he pimped her out. That's fucking
Yeah.
whatever. He's getting help. Yeah, I need the money. Sure, just keep it rolling in. Uh-huh.
She also fired her cameraman because her cameraman apparently was creating drama between them all. and something like that. So she fired her cameraman guy.
Jesus.
Also, she in detailing the strained relationship between herself and her husband, Amaranth said that the abuse had been taking place for several years now. But it would come and go in cycles, and that previous attempts to explain her situation to the police had been unsuccessful because the police would not do anything about it unless she was physically harmed. And later on in the hour-long stream, while reading some of her viewer comments aloud, one fan said, "I thought you were a girl boss," to which she replies, "No, I was a girl employee. Now I can be a girl boss."
Hmm.
She also says there have been many times in her career at events and streams where I just wanted to go home and play Pokemon, but had to continue streaming because she was afraid of confrontation with her husband.
Damn.
Uh, she also comments that she is now looking forward to actually being able to have friends again, get some sleep, watch TV, and be able to wear some clothes.
Damn. Yeah. He was
Uh,
whoring her out, man. Jeez.
the thing is, though, like it doesn't seem like she's divorcing him because at no point in this article it says like, oh, she's announced that she's going to divorce him or anything. Like it's just like maybe she thinks that he can change.
Right? That's what she's thinking, right? But he never will, right? And it's going to go
I
back to
don't
the
know.
same thing. Right? Because money rules all. And
Thinking
that's what it's
so,
going to,
yeah.
and this cycle will just keep happening, right?
I'm
Until,
hoping.
till they
I-
separate, and
I'm
go their,
hoping that girl fucking runs, dude, because this is the type of shit you see, and like, Lord forbid, or whatever. But this is the type of shit you see when like, oh, it started off like this, and then she gave him another chance, and now she's fucking dead or something like that. And that's the situations we don't want to happen ever. And I hope that she seriously considers leaving this dude, and that,
yeah. Right?
and
Because
if
I
oh
don't
yeah,
even watch her.
she's safe. Oh yeah,
I would
she's
want her to be
safe.
happy and stream and, and make a living and,
But to like have to stream for somebody else making all
yeah.
your
I
money,
couldn't do it. Yeah.
doing everything for these people, and like for like to be yelled at and abused, dude, like that is fucked up.
Yeah. Right?
That
Like, you
is
have to go to TwitchCon. You
insane.
gotta go here. You gotta go to E3 and all these events, right? Even though you don't
Yeah, you
want to.
gotta
Yeah.
fucking do this shit. You gotta make all this OnlyFans content and shit. Like fuck that, dude.
Yeah.
I feel bad for this girl, and I hope she's okay, which it seems like she is, right? I hope the dude, if he is in counseling or whatever the fuck he's doing, I hope she leaves him first of all. But if she
Yeah, because
doesn't,
he's
then
just
I hope it
controlling her, right?
changes.
He's
Yeah,
definitely controlling her, so
it
he's
seems
gonna
like he
continue.
somehow like. To me, it seems like he duped her. Like, oh, I'll change. Like I'll fucking,
Yeah, now that I heard
you know,
myself on Twitch and the fans know who
yeah,
I am, the cat is out. So
yeah. Like, I'll
him in
change. I
control.
promise. Yeah, no.
Whatever. Yeah. He needs
Um,
to go, Amaranth. Be your own self.
in other news, there's an Instagram model, at punished_Kate. So this is her name is Ellie Ray on Twitter, but another Twitter user captured screenshots of them that showcase photos and a caption that were removed. So Ellie Ray thought it was a good idea to dress up as Amaranth. God damn it. Why am I reading this? So she dressed up as Amaranth, posted pictures, Gunny, right?
Mhm.
And said, if I stop streaming for The Simps, he teaches me a lesson. That was the caption she posted on fucking the pictures. If I stop streaming for The Simps, he teaches me a lesson.
Oh my gosh, yeah. Definitely some abuse going on there.
What the this is
Damn.
this is another chick like making fun of Amaranth posting this. Like, why would you do that? Like, what the Jesus Christ. Some people, man, they just don't give a fuck. Some people really just don't fucking care, right?
Yeah, they're just brainwashed or something.
Do whatever for likes, I guess. Anyways, apparently she's being blasted on Twitter for making, I don't know if for making fun of Amaranth or for like cosplaying as her and like making fun of the whole situation, which you
I
shouldn't
mean,
be doing really.
You can piggyback off of that or whatever, or be what I used to say is a bottom feeder, right? I mean, that's another good term for it. Sure, I'll get to make some money off. You've seen that with Dr. Disrespect clones. I've seen it on Twitch.
Yeah.
Or YouTube or whatever. I'm like, that's funny as hell, dude. Yeah, this dude acts just like him. And he's probably making some money while he's doing it. So why not? Why not do that parody? But not when somebody's telling me to do it, or yeah. I mean, once they get that green Benjamins in their hand, they're like, keep going, But yeah, do it for yourself, I guess. But as long as you're not hurting anybody.
Another news. We want some more news here. The Sims 5 is codenamed Project Rene. Rene.
Breaking news. Exciting. Sims.
Yes.
Sims 4 is free to play, folks. I don't know where you get it from. Probably Steam.
Everywhere. At least a couple years away. EA hasn't announced The Sims 5, but is still describing the next Sims game as the future of The Sims. And it's called Project Rene. And, yeah, there's nothing else.
I just claimed my free Sims 4 game on Steam. Came out in 2014. I'm going to play this. Then I'm going to write a review.
Why is The Sims not like a... I mean, honestly, why is it not free? But, like, why is it not, like, open world, like, social game?
I don't know. I want to... Geez, I'll never forget it. I think it was...
Why can't I just make a Sims and go to your house and fuck around and blow up your kitchen or something and then leave?
I remember those screenshots, people putting the kids in the pool and then taking the ladders out. They take the ladders out of the pool. There you go, kids, have fun. I'll be back in a week. Yeah. Come back, they're still swimming around.
Yeah, I don't know.
I never played it. I don't think I ever played a Sims game. Yeah, I remember just back in the AOL days, in the gaming rooms before Facebook even existed. But like, guys, you play that Sims game? And somebody's like, yeah, that's a boring game. Don't play it. Go play something else. I was like, okay.
We'll play that new games. Those better games.
I ended up playing SimCity 3000. It was made by the same people, Maxis, which was, I don't know if it was EA at the time, but it's EA now. But yeah, Maxis is the developer. So this is back when you had to buy the discs, guys, the circular discs, the DVD discs, to put in your PC. So we didn't have files big enough or internet strong enough to download games. So definitely before Steam days. So that's the whole damn, guys. I existed before Steam. So, and there was like a service you can get, an app to do, and it was text. There was no voice chat, so it didn't exist. So it was like horse and buggy days. So you had to call your friends on the phone, but you had to call your friend on your other phone line if you had enough money, right? If you were rich enough to have two phone lines, one being for, I almost said broadband, but more for your dial-up service. So, man, back in the early pioneer days of gaming, So, fun times.
Fun times. Oh, by the way, I don't know if you know this, Kenny, or not, but on the Design Labs, you can design your Elite controller now.
Yeah, saw that. That's cool. What are they? 169, 199, and I know PS5.
150.
150, and I know the DualSense controller now has their an Elite controller.
On pre-order that comes out next year.
Yeah,
and that's going to be 200.
Whew, yeah, a little extra.
That comes with the whatever that shit is. The case.
Oh yeah, of course, carrying case for it. So, yep.
Yeah.
Nice.
Oh.
I don't know. I did. Geez, I don't know if you can't see it in the background here, but I did find my Elite controller number 1.
Oh, you did?
Yeah, the one I broke left the LB button on, but I never got it replaced. And it still kind of works, but yeah, I just use the Xbox One S white controller and my Cyberpunk controller with a Cyberpunk charging stand for PC gaming. So, but I wouldn't mind getting a DualSense controller. So, playing some Spider-Man on Steam or something. So, but I can already
Yeah.
do that on my PlayStation 4 with a PS4 controller, which is fine. Works good. Has a good charge on it. So, and I got a little USB thing that I just keep it plugged into the front. So, little table right next to it. Bam.
Yeah, I'm
Charge
looking
it.
at the I'm customizing an Elite 2 right now on the website on the Design Labs, and there's not a lot of color options, I feel like, but I mean it's cool to be able to customize your own, I guess. Right?
Yeah. I almost feel like some of the people in the offshoots where they make the what is it like the I don't want to say face plates, but more of that shell where I've got the all blue, but I've seen some pretty cool ones that you can buy.
Yeah.
I don't think Microsoft ever tried to shut them down, but some websites you can go to. Probably even Amazon has them.
So like I'm looking at it right now. So to add all the paddles, the case, and the thumbstick replacements for this, it ends up being $256
Ooh, jeez.
at the end of the day.
Yeah. Wow.
So, but the carrying case, you can customize the color of the logo and the little the zipper thing, like the thing that holds the zipper. What's that
Oh
called?
yeah, the
The little flag
customize it
thing.
like what? Make it green or
Yeah,
red or something? Yeah.
yeah, exactly. You
I don't
can make it
know. That's worth it though.
like
256, yeah.
red. It's $40, but then you can also customize the color of the thumbsticks and the color of the thumbsticks that come with it, and you can
That's
also you can customize the color of the paddles as well.
I've seen that on the back of the controllers, whatever. I've seen people with that metallic red. It looks pretty awesome.
I made a red and white controller right now, and it looks pretty dope. But it's 200. Oh, listen! You save $36.97, and you get the full Elite package. I'm gonna do that. So now it's $219.98.
You get 2 stickers with it. Yeah. Yeah.
Wow.
You get a
Well, this
controller
just
charm, guys.
all
Controller
this
charm.
does instead of like having to buy everything separately, you just buy everything together.
Yeah,
Because
instead of a la carte, yeah.
the 256 was the price for like if you wanted to buy the paddles, the sticks, and the case separately. But I guess if you bundle them, you save I don't know $20 or whatever, $30. $220 though to have a custom controller, and you can add like your own gamer tag to it or whatever. Like kind of
Hmm.
cool, I
Well, I guess
guess.
for fans that would want to do it, so.
I kind of want this red and white controller I just made, Gunny. Kind of want it now. Hey man, I need a new Elite. My Elite, is really it has lasted me a long time, dude. I bought this Elite. I actually looked up the purchase date the other day, and I bought this thing back in. I bought it in 2018.
Yeah, I think we both bought it at the same time.
It's lasted me this long. The only thing that this controller it has that's busted on it, kind of, is you see like this little knob here that goes up and down that controls it controls the trigger pull or whatever, like how far you pull the triggers.
Yeah.
The one on the left right here, this side, the little plastic thing that sticks out kind of fell off, so it's just like a stick there and it's kind of sharp
Oh,
or
yeah.
whatever. But that's it. Everything else is fine on this fucking thing. The grips somehow are still holding up.
Mine came off. The grips did. I think I super glued them back, but they came off again.
The grips are holding up. The thumbsticks are holding up. Like I'm legit surprised at the quality of this fucking thing because it's held up a lot, dude. Like think about it. I've used this thing for 3 years. Well, I guess I really haven't used it heavily, right? Because I'm keyboard and mouse gaming or whatever, but still.
Yeah. What about Jesus, you ever looked at, since we're on the controller side of things? Now I can't remember the name of the brand, but a lot of them you'll see for PlayStation, and they're an off-brand. So this is one of those moments you're supposed to remember. I know. I'm like, fuck is the name of that brand of controllers? I'll see them every so often on Twitter, or Walmart might have
Hear
them or
that, Gunny?
something.
You see that controller there? That's what I'm using. That's what I made.
Oh yeah, that's nice.
That looks nice, huh? The red and the white.
That does look cool. See, and I like that metallic red in the back. You know when they're metal. So that does make
Mm.
so
Anyways, that's all I have. That's all I have. I mean, there's no more news. Everything else is kind of the same. Oh, the Bayonetta. You want to talk about some Bayonetta news?
I saw some Bayonetta news in there, but I didn't know if anything was worth talking about.
Well, let's talk about the Bayonetta news. So remember how last week we talked about the chick getting mad and telling people to boycott Bayonetta because she got offered $4,000.
Yeah, there was an update to that, but it seemed like a long article. So, but if you want to go ahead and read that.
Let me tell you something, Gunny. She now admits. Okay. She now admits that she did not get offered 4,000. She got offered more than that.
Aha! Now the truth comes out. I don't. It seems confusing.
Okay. They attempted to hire her for up to 5 4-hour sessions. So 5 4-hour sessions. Okay, so these sessions were going to be 4 hours long, 5 times, for 20 hours, Gunny. And for each sitting that she did for 4 hours, she was going to get paid anywhere between $3,000 to $4,000 for a sitting. The total fee for the entire production would have roughly made about $15,000, which was significantly more than she had been paid for in any previous title. And she apparently turned this offer down and sought a 6-figure sum. And she wanted residual payments in exchange for her involvement with the project. So she wanted residuals. So she wanted every time they sold a copy.
Yeah. Do they still do that anymore? Obviously not, but yeah.
They've never done that in video games.
Not that I've. Yeah, probably not in years, right? It's not like a TV show or a movie or music.
She wanted residual payments in exchange for the involvement in the project. In a series of tweets, Taylor stated that the initial offer Platinum Games made her, which she rejected, would have amounted to only about $10,000 in total. And that following her correspondence with Hideki Kamiya, she was offered an additional $5,000. Taylor says she declined the $15,000, and 11 months later also turned down an offer of $4,000 to voice some lines as a flat fee. According to Taylor, there were no extensive talks, and claims that she was offered $4,000 for 5 recording sessions are, in her own words, total fabrication. Furthermore, she denies that she negotiated for a 6-figure payment. She said there were not extensive negotiations. I've also been informed of ridiculous fictions such as I asked for $250,000. I am a team player. I was just asking for a fair living wage in line with the value of what I bring to this scheme. The veteran voice actor also said that she was paid a shockingly low £3,000 sterling for the original Bayonetta game and only a little bit more for Bayonetta 2. And she said also she ended her Twitter thread by telling supporters that any money she took from fan signings was donated to charity. So she's saying anytime she went to like a Comic-Con or something and did like the signings, she gave all that to charity apparently. So, yeah.
I don't know. So who's right here? I mean, I get it, right? Especially...
I feel like, come on, dude. Like, really?
I mean, I understand, especially... I can't think of it. I'm trying to think of a good example. Like, all right, Jesus, so... I'm trying to think of an example where it's like, all right, I don't know, Jesus, you have this piece of art, right, that you made, and you fucking are so proud of it or whatever. I don't know. Okay, bad example. Let me start over. I understand, right? She goes in for Bayonetta 2, right? Big production. This game's been in production for years. It's big. It's going to be a AAA title, obviously, right? $60-$70.
Bayonetta 3.
Sorry, 3. So then, okay, I don't know. And then, if they offer you something low, it's almost like an insult to your, whatever, right? It's an insult, right? Like, are you fucking serious? 4,000? I'd be mad too, I'd be like, that's all I'm worth. Are you kidding me? That's chump change, But I don't know. But I think she kind of contradicted herself where she talked about there was no extensive negotiation, but it sounds like there was. I don't know, within her tweet, it sounds like there was this back and forth, between her and the company, so the developer, whoever. So doesn't it though? I mean, doesn't it seem like there was like obviously some kind of negotiation going on where now this is her like second go around in this tweet to kind of explain more? So it sounds like there was, where she said no, there wasn't. So I don't know. So, but I get it, right? She's obviously worth more and should get more, but I don't know. I don't think it's the right course to go out on Twitter and shame the company and boycott them and don't ever buy their products. But I don't know. So I feel like maybe you should just move on. You don't want to hurt your name, your brand, right? You want to keep going, and go voice for another company that's going to pay you a living wage. So
Yeah. I think that she just got caught in the line. She thought that people were going to catch her, and yeah.
right, she kind of gave that short version on Twitter that made it appear
Oh,
as though
go
they tried to
boycott
offer
this
her
game.
barely
Yeah.
anything for work.
They offered you like 20 grand almost, dude. 15 grand for 4, or how many hours would have that been? 4, 5 hours. So it'd been 20 hours of work, right?
Yeah.
And now we're doing math, Kenny. Let's get the calculator out here. All right, so the calculator app here, Gunny. We got the calculator out. However, we got 20 hours of work. So let's divide $15,000 between 20 hours, Gunny. That's $750 an hour.
That's pretty good. But I think she even mentioned in her first tweet, you and May were talking about travel time and I don't know, some other stuff that were involved, right? I don't know.
You're paying me $750 an hour. I'll travel to motherfucking Egypt to do your job, bro.
Right. You pay my plane ticket at least, Get me up at a cheap hotel, but
I will travel anywhere around the world if you guys are paying me that much per hour to go work for 20 hours, sitting there reading lines or whatever.
Yeah, but I stick by what I said about, I think there was, more negotiation going on than she led on to be, right? So, yeah.
Brian DeChart, listen to this, Gunny. Brian DeChart, who acted in Cyberpunk 2077 and in Red Dead Redemption 2, said he was offered $4,000 to work on a non-union project for a big budget game. Sean Chiplock, who voice acted 3 characters in the Nintendo blockbuster The Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild. So he voiced not just one character, he voiced 3 characters in that game. Said he was only paid about $3,000 for that job. So think about that. This motherfucker did 3 characters in one game. Probably the biggest game Nintendo had at the time, right? Because it was the launch of their new console and shit. 3 characters, $3,000.
Damn. So, and you figured that company or that series is worth well over $1 million. So, but yeah, he did it for a lot less, but not that she shouldn't,
Also, pretty much this here. She also mentioned Jennifer Hell, because Jennifer Hell was the one that ended up doing the voice for Bayonetta and Bayonetta 3. Yeah. She said, quote, "I wish her all the joy in the world. I wish her all the jobs, but she has no right to say she is the voice of Bayonetta.
Oh, come on.
I created that voice. She has no right to sign merchandise as Bayonetta."
Oh, jeez. Man, she's salty.
This girl is salty as fuck.
I'm telling you,
She's like an ex that, like, bro, you got replaced, dude. Like,
Jesus, I wish you all the good luck in the world, but I fucking hate you, okay? Still.
Fuck you, Jesus.
Fuck you, Jesus, all right? Yeah. I hope you die. And good travels on your journey. Yeah, it's like,
it'd be like I am's coming on here and saying, you know what? Jesus is doing Horrible Gamers. I wish him all the luck. I love the podcast. I love Horrible Gamers, but fuck Jesus. He cannot say he's part of the Horrible Gamers. That motherfucker, he did not create it. He wasn't there.
Yeah, there you
go. Know what I was like, Jesus, dude, stop being so salty. God damn. You know what I mean? It'd be some shit like that, right? Like Brink coming on here and like, Jesus, I wish you all the best. Cool podcast, but fuck you. That podcast is not yours. You're not part of the horrible gamers.
You can't rebrand it.
Yeah, apparently. Also, whatchamacallit? Apparently the voice actor for Red Dead and the voice actor who also played in Cyberpunk, he said that the industry, because this lady is part of a union, so there's an actual like voice acting, like a union or whatever that
Probably
these
like a
guys are a
guild or
part of.
something. Yeah.
No, there's like an actual union for them or whatever, like voice actors union or something. That all the voice actors, I mean, apparently they do like everything like voice acting, like commercials and whatever. So they said that the average rate for like an actor to make like the minimum that a union member can make as a voice actor is $250 an hour. So she was offered nearly 3 times that, if not more, because they did the math and they said she was really offered more like $900 an hour for this, after like her bonuses and shit.
Yeah.
So they said they were going to pay her like $900 an hour to do this. They said the lowest a member of the union can make is $250 when you become a union member. So like, think about
Probably
that.
journeyman. Yeah, starting out.
She was getting paid 3 times that, dude. More than 3 times that.
Yeah.
What is she complaining about, man?
I mean, so it makes you wonder, like, there's more at play here that we don't know about how that conversation went down that made her, extremely upset, or is she just a negative Nancy in general? So just complains about everything. I don't know. Yeah, who knows?
Guys, I want you guys to boycott the game.
Yeah, that's not right.
But
That's
why
not
go out
right.
there and boycott the game, bro? There's so many people that work on the fucking game. There's developers. There's the fucking guys that are fucking drawing Bayonetta's ass and shit.
Yeah, her hair.
Yeah, the guy that does her hair and the guy that does her boobs, and that's all he does. Like, I gotta make these jiggle right when she's jumping around. Fuck.
Yeah. Those legs got to be just right when she,
Yeah, these legs, I got to draw them just right when she's jumping around fighting the enemies or whatever. Like, yeah, you know what I mean? Like, what the fuck?
I don't know. You're right. Man, she must really hate those guys, if they
She must hate
try to
these
do her dirty some way.
Fucking, it's insane. That's a lot of money she got offered, man. She acts like she got offered nothing.
Yeah, I just wouldn't want to, again, I just would think that, I don't know, Jesus, it just would be like, they say you're fired from your job, or one boss says you might be, and you go out on Twitter and Facebook and all those other media, I hate my company, and they do all these things, and then the boss goes, I don't know. Yeah, it's just not, it's like, what if you want to go work for another rival company or sports team, or I don't know, it's just whatever. Just seems like the wrong approach for her to take. So you be mad and just move on. Yeah.
I'm gonna go on Twitter now and see the video that she posted. I'm gonna see her responses.
I only saw one that somebody had retweeted because I don't follow her, but yeah, she wrote more than what we just talked about. But she seems to really, let it all out. So I don't know. I just haven't seen anything from. Yeah, I wish the company would respond and say, hey, this is the truth, or we apologize or something, but
yeah.
But random incoming Jesus, I wanted to ask you here on the show, but have you tried that game Super People? I see that's been becoming trendy lately.
The fuck is Super People?
So, okay, I'll just tell you what I've seen from Twitch. I don't know anything about it. It's probably
Oh yeah, I think I have. This is that one game, right? I tried it on Steam, yeah.
My buddy's been playing it. So
this is the PUBG clone, right?
Yes. So he's a guy at work and he's like, yeah, I've been playing that with my buddy. So and I was like, I've heard of that game. That's on Steam. He goes, yeah.
Me and Brink tried. Oh, I tried it. I don't think Brink tried it. I know I launched it, and it legit is like exactly like they stole the shit from like everything from PUBG.
But it looks so. I mean, to me, it looks a lot better. So it seems more modern. I don't know, better graphics or something.
It is smoother. It is way like performance wise, it's perfect. Like it runs really fucking good. Like there's really you don't even have to fuck with the settings. You just get in there. Everything's on ultra, and the shit's still running like at 100 something frames, like constantly. It's really good, but when I played it, I don't know, man. It just seemed like another one of these battle royale games. Like
That's what it
we
is. Yeah.
already have enough of these. Like we have Apex, that's a big hit. We have Warzone,
Right.
we have Fortnite, and we have PUBG. Why do we need another one? Why we have 4 big ass fucking games?
Yeah, I
4,
would say for maybe
4
so this is
Gunny.
probably for people that play PUBG that just want a better skinned, smoother, more sharper, I don't know, fucking experience, I guess. So but I thought, oh, that's cool. I was watching these guys on
What
Twitch
for,
play.
Gunny? You got Apex. That's a great experience. You got Warzone that delivers a more slower experience, yet a smooth experience, but it's just slower and more different. And you have PUBG that's like the super realistic tactical type shit where you're really, really slow. And then you have what's the other one? Fortnite, which is the cartoony jump around, have cool
Yeah.
skins, do cool dances and shit and whatever. Like you have that.
Yeah,
Like
Marauders now, that seems like it's a little more early access. Maybe it is, but a little
all
more of
these
that
games cover
Fallout.
different things, you know? Like why
Yeah.
do we need another one?
Yeah. I think it's been around. I haven't researched it, but I think it's been around just but it got an update recently.
Well, it has
So
been around because I remember like when I played it, it was like fucking March or something. It was a long time ago that I played this game. And then it was like a beta. So like right now it's on. It says right now it's in early access.
okay, so it probably just came into early access. Yeah, that's probably why.
Maybe I just
But
played the
I've been seeing
beta.
it advertised too, so it's not the
Let me
bee's
look up,
knees or anything. I just wondering, like, now that it's trending, who's playing this game?
looking up super people on Steam charts. So right now there's 12,000 people playing on Steam.
Ah, that's nothing, right?
Well, I don't know. I guess
That's
something.
nothing,
It's not. It's not nothing. I mean,
right?
Battlefield
It's
has
better.
like
It's
three.
better than World War Three, which is like 731 people. Yeah.
No, 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 no. World War Three is 1,500 people.
Okay, a
1,500.
little bit more. Yeah.
What's Battlefield 2042? Let's look that up. Probably 2,000. Yeah,
Yeah.
Battlefield is 3,700. So it
You know what I
has.
want to get? You know what I want to get on PC, Jesus? I think the only reason I really haven't pulled the trigger is it's not like I have the time for it, right? Where I'd have a good amount of set of friends, but hell let loose, you know? Where I feel like
Dude,
I had that
okay, listen.
fucking Xbox version,
Get
but
it. Get it on the PC, and I'll play with you because I own it on the PC.
yeah, I just need to buy it on there. Yeah, that's another game I enjoy
Just
playing.
listen, look, man. You go right
That's a
now and
shooter
see.
I like.
Listen, go on fucking CD keys right now. It's $22.
Yep, that's about right. It's been at that price for a while, so. And I believe I have it in my wish list as well.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think I'd rather
Anyway,
get that than Marauders or something, but not into those types. So yeah, it's still $40 on Steam.
yeah. Anyways, I'm done.
Oh
What are we
yeah.
doing here? What the fuck?
Oh,
Like,
we're gonna go to the console corner, folks. That's where we're headed
oh
now.
my
So
god, there's nothing
not
on the
much of an
console.
update. Not much of an update. I really didn't update my PlayStation Plus. It's still your October games with Hot Wheels Unleashed, Injustice 2, and Super Hot. Still three very good games. And Xbox games for gold. I have no idea. I didn't even update that. So whatever's on there, man. Just grab your free game. Well, I guess it's two, right? So that's right. They changed it. So Windbound and Bomber Crew Deluxe Edition, Jesus. So get your Deluxe Edition. Oh wait, you already own it. So no, actually, you can claim that if you're still doing the Game Pass. So that's included. Game Pass bit. So grab it. And over on the Game Pass, what do we got here for Game Pass, guys? We've got Plague Tale Requiem, which is available on the PC and the console. And Persona. I don't think it's a game. I don't know. Persona Royale. I don't know if that's something I'd want to play. But and then the rest are all just horror games. Amnesia and Soma and stuff. So that it came to the PC. So yeah, just a bunch of stuff.
All right,
Oh, so
one last piece of news, Gunny, real quick.
yep.
Fallout 4 is getting an updated version next year.
I saw that. No, I thought it said released or something. I don't know.
Well, it's coming to the PS5 and Xbox Series X and S with an official next-gen update next year.
Interesting. Yeah.
This will have higher frame rates, quality mode, 4K graphics, bug fixes, and a creation club content.
So
You know
did they
what?
already?
That's one game I haven't beat. Should I play it, Gunny? Should I just download it on the PC and play it on the Game Pass?
So remember when that first came out? I played it all the way through.
You did?
Yeah, I played it all the way through the whole campaign, and
Is
I
it long?
enjoyed it. Nah, I don't remember how long it was, but I remember it was a time when I had time to actually play and finish campaigns.
Hmm.
I thought it was pretty good. I thought it was better than Fallout 3. I mean, in some aspects, where I thought I
Right.
get to follow the story the whole way, and obviously on
Should
that
I
came
get
out
on
on.
there? Should I get on there and get it? Should I play a Gunny on the
I
PC
you know
machine?
I think one thing you would probably hate is probably the shooting. It's just it sucks. But I did like the mechs though.
Yeah.
You couldn't spend a whole lot of time in the mechs, if you
Yeah,
didn't
because they
have
were
like the
like
power cores.
power. Yeah, they're like powered, right? You have to run on the. Yeah.
Yeah. So it's just like I don't know when you run those, but I mean just more armor is what it is. And you look like a badass too, because you can always change it to. I always played in first person, but you can change it to the third person. So you can customize your mechs, and there's all kinds of cool mods you can do with
Mhm.
more ammo, more of this, more of that. But
Speaking of mods, you know what else got mod support? Ready or Not. So
really,
Ready or Not just got an update where they added like the mods into the game now. So like they're like in the main menu. You can like just toggle them on or whatever.
that's always cool when they do that.
And dude, like I got into a lobby and there was like 15 cops. There was like 15 of us, and like, but the thing is, the map also had like a bunch more enemies on it, and they were like
Oh
super
shit!
aggressive. So we got in there and we were just getting fucking shot at from the beginning, dude. Like it was insane. There was like 15 of us trying to run around, all getting shot at. I was like, this is not even fun anymore. This is like a Call of Duty match or something. What the fuck's going on right now?
That's
You know
funny.
what I mean?
Yeah.
You couldn't even like we couldn't even be tactical because there's like 15 people playing. You can't get 15 people to follow
No,
you
no
around,
way.
and so it's kind of lame in that situation. But like I also played some of the maps again, and they updated some of the maps once again. Like the crack house looks a little bit different now. They added more detail to the map, and like it actually it looks way better than it did when I first played the game, dude. Like they added some cool, like it looks like a crack house, man. Like it looks like there's meth pipes everywhere and shit, and meth everywhere, and like fucking bongs and needles and shit everywhere, and crackheads running around, and it's actually, and they also updated the like some of the mods actually update the AI. Some of the mods make the AI act differently as well. Like it makes them do crazier shit. You know what I mean? So like they'll do even newer shit that they've never done before in the game because it's a fucking mod. So I never seen it. And them like running at me and shit or like running away from me and then like they ambush me and shit. It's weird, man. Like so it's kind of cool seeing that. But I don't know. I think I'm gonna disable some of the mods because some of these mods maybe I shouldn't have enabled these. It's too much for me.
Yeah. Right. It gets out of hand too much. Yeah. Then it makes it less enjoyable for
There's
sure.
a lot of mods though. There's so many like hundreds of mods, dude. I fucking looked at the list. I was like, holy shit.
You watch in a
Uh,
few months, there'll be thousands of mods, right? I'm telling
there's
you,
so
people will
many,
create
dude.
and upload these things, and they once they
There,
get them certified, and it
there,
doesn't take long.
there are
Yeah.
so fucking many for like skins. There was a guy running around with a pumpkin head, like his head was like a pumpkin. I was like, what the fuck? Guy running with a pumpkin head. Like, I'm like, this totally takes away the realism of the game, you know? But that game looks really good for like an early access title. Like when you're in those lobbies, man, or like in the game itself and you're running around the maps, they look like the graphics in that game. I forgot how good that game really looks, you know? Because coming from like playing Battlefield and like Call of Duty, like I went to that and I was like, man, this game looks really good still. Like, you know? Like I can't wait to see what it looks like when they actually release it in 1.0 or whatever, you know? It's gonna look incredible, man. Because I wonder when they're, and also in the mods added like 3 new maps to the game too. So there's like actual like modded maps, like 3 new maps that are just like mods that are like somebody created this new map out of some assets in the game, and like they added a new map. Like one of the maps that like one of them that's the hospital in the game, they modded it to make it into a mall. So it's a fucking mall instead of a hospital. And it looks like a mall, like a 3-story mall. It's fucking crazy. Like these people have a lot of time on their hands, man.
Yeah. That's the best part, right? While you're at work, people are creating, and then it's time to play.
Yeah. Anyways, Gunny, what else? Oh, some Game
What else we got
Pass
here? We
or
got
Gold.
Epic. I had to reminded me to log into Epic for the show to
Oh,
grab your 2 free games for this week. And your first one is Evo Land Legendary Edition. I don't know what that is. Just go claim it. And Fallout 3 Game of the Year Edition. So yeah, Fallout 3 Game of the Year Edition does have a lot of content to it. So I played a couple of the DLCs. Never really finished any of them. Yeah, but Fallout 3, I got into that for probably, a good 50, 60 hours.
yeah,
Oh,
that's the one that I hated the shooting in. Is the shooting like Fallout? Is it shooting in
yeah,
Fallout 4
I
like
want to say
Fallout
it
3?
is. I mean, they probably
Oh
improved it just a little
man.
bit, but just my opinion, because you're a Call of Duty Battlefield guy, where I'm like, man, every time I try to
Uh,
go back to Fallout 4, I'm like, this shooting sucks. But
should I just play
again, I'm on a
Skyrim
controller. I'm
instead?
always on a controller. That's playing on PC and Xbox.
Yeah. Should I just go play Skyrim again?
Yeah, I mean, it's always being revamped in some way. Whenever whenever I see that on, the
Should
PC
I
Game
just
Pass thing, like, what are you fucking? How is this a new game? It's not a new game. They just did something to it, but
should I just go into Skyrim again and just go into that world and live in that world now?
just live in there for a little bit. To kind of, yeah,
I miss Skyrim. Every time I think of Skyrim, I have such fond memories of that fucking game. Like I bought that game on a whim, dude, because one of my buddies, like, I have a buddy, right, he's not really a gamer, but when he games like with weird shit. Like he never plays games, right? Never ever games. But when he actually games, he buys like really good games. This is like the only games he buys are like the really good ones. This motherfucker back in the day got a 360. He never gamed that I heard. Like I never heard of him game before, and he just randomly bought a 360 one day. And what's one of the first games he buys? It's fucking Skyrim. And he's like, "Bro, you should get Skyrim." I'm like, "Okay." So I go and I buy Skyrim, and I fucking fell in love with that game, dude. I was playing that shit forever, man, for fucking ever.
yeah.
Like I don't know how many
I
hours I
probably
put
played
into
it
the game.
for probably a month straight. Not straight, but you know what I mean. Just trying to be. I want to be a werewolf. Now I want to be a wizard.
Oh, I think
Um,
I was the same. I was the same guy the whole time.
that DLC came out. I bought that. Boom.
I bought.
I got the freaking strategy guide for it. I got the Bible for it. Yeah.
I
So,
remember. Yeah, I did buy the stupid big ass Bible book or whatever for it.
dude, that
Yeah,
thing's awesome. I'm actually it's right down below me right now. I
is
just
it?
dust it off every so often, take a look at it. But
Yeah, I remember. I bought. Like, wow.
I thought it was just to me it was like the one of the memories I have from that game is uh what's that DLC called? Something Heart, where it you get the houses and you can have 2 houses. I mean, there were limitations, right? Back on that generation of consoles, but
Heart Home or something like that, or
something
Home
like that.
Hard,
So,
Heart Home.
and you could basically take that, get your house, you can decorate the house, which was nice, right? Because you can take objects, rotate them, put plates on the table, and whatever the fuck you wanted to do. You can get really, really down to the
Got the
detail with it.
books on the shelves. You can move
Yep.
all the books around the
I did that
shelves.
for a minute, even though that's not my jam with like a video game, but I did
Yeah,
that. I got married. I had a kid. And it
yeah.
was just the
Yeah,
funniest thing.
you
So
go adopt
then
a kid or whatever. Yeah.
something like that, right? So, hey, I think I had a daughter and a wife, and then, hey, so then I'm like, look, I got my other house where I've been living a double life. So then I was trying to bring stuff from one house to the other. But when you're overweight, like any game, you gotta walk, right? There's no
No, I
fast traveling.
hated
And I'm
that.
like, you know
Fucking
what?
hated that.
Jesus, I swear to you. I said, you know what? I'm just gonna take all this stuff. I'm gonna walk to my other house. I think it took me like 30 minutes to walk to the other house. And I loved every minute of it, just hoping I wouldn't get attacked at the same time. But yeah, I brought all
Couldn't you
that stuff
just-
to the house so I
you
could live
couldn't
in
ju-
one house.
You couldn't ride your horse across the thing?
Nope, I don't think you could. You couldn't get on the horse, right?
Maybe
So,
not. I don't know.
but that's where I kind of ended it, right? I was like, I was finished. Well, I didn't quite finish the campaign, but I did a lot of the side stories and the Brotherhood. Yeah, all that stuff. So, yeah,
That game
fun
was so
times.
good.
Still got the
Skyrim was
discs too.
so
I kept
fun,
those
man.
collectors.
I want the new Elder Scrolls to come out. I want that fucking Starfield game to come. Isn't that coming out this year? Next year?
I'm sure it got delayed. Yeah, I'm sure Starfield.
Sure,
What was it?
man.
11/11/21.
Oh
right?
yeah, it was 11/11/21, wasn't it? Then they changed it to next year.
Yeah, of course they're going to do that, right? So they always do. Even if they announce a new Fallout 5, it's coming out. Fucking 11/23. Yeah, sure, okay. I'll
It's
believe it when
coming
I
out
see
in
it. And then they get close to
2028,
it.
guys.
Yeah,
2028. Okay. Yeah, no.
I'm
Yeah,
sure
it
I'll
says
pick up
here that
Starfield. Well, it'll be on Game Pass, but yeah.
Starfield. Yeah.
But yeah, new Fallout 5 too. Be exciting.
Oh, what I want to follow up with good. I want to follow with good shooting, bro. Like I
Right?
like the concept.
They got the new engine, so hopefully
Yeah.
we'll kind of see how Starfield, let's see how the shooting is in that game, right? And that'll kind of give you a really good idea of what Fallout 5 is going to be like.
Oh, I fucking would hate, dude, if the shooting in Starfield is anything like that stupid VAT system or whatever the fuck they have in Fallout.
I didn't mind
Uh,
VATS. That wasn't
I'm
too
gonna
bad.
get out of that. I'm gonna get out of that. I'm not gonna play it. I'm not gonna fucking
See, they
play
even
it.
keep VATS in Fallout 76. It works a little differently. I think you just get less time where it's not that, that real slow bullet time like a single player game, but they did have VATS. You could still use it in Fallout 76. To me, my opinion, Fallout 76 is just Fallout 4 with friends. You just get a smaller base. A little bit smaller map, but whatever. I got my 10 hours out of it. It's like, I'm kind of done. I played a lot of Fallout 4, so yeah, Fallout 76, I'm finished. But
Well, I'm going to Reddit for my Fallout versus Skyrim answers.
yeah. But yeah, that's something else I haven't really gotten into is Elder Scrolls Online. So lots to do in that game though. There's like a little campaign you can do and tons of side quests, obviously. Tons, right? They just seem to be never ending. So it's pretty overwhelming, I think, but man, you got a friend, get in there and once that game gets its claws in you, you're good to go, but be on that for a while. But it never grabbed me, so not for ESO.
I'm gonna play Skyrim. That's it. I made up my mind.
Yeah,
I'm playing
I mean,
Skyrim.
the mod I would say grab is obviously whatever the graphics overhaul and
Well, do I really need that? Maybe I do need it. I don't know.
it probably I'm sure it's an official mod that comes with it. So yeah, I mean, you don't want to play something looking like you were playing on Xbox 360 1080p TV or anything, but yeah, there's probably like a 4K resolution now. Who knows?
I'm looking at best Skyrim mods. This article was written a month ago, so it tells you how popular Skyrim is still.
Remember the Doors, right? When the Doors, I did play not too long ago with
Quality world map is a mod that I'm gonna have to get. Enhanced blood textures, realistic overhaul.
Yeah.
What else? Something about a new region, some immersive character overhaul, a dragon claw overhaul, realistic water. Oh, there's so many cool mods here. I need to get back in this motherfucker, Gunny. I need to get in here and enhance lights and effects.
Yep. See, it's you're right. It's just gonna be all that quality of life stuff that's gonna make your experience more.
I'm gonna get in here and mod the fuck out of it, and I won't be able to run it because I have too many mods on that fucker.
What am I thinking here, Jesus? Why don't you get on the train, get on the hype train like me and Mayo did? Get into that Elden Ring, Jesus. You get a steed. Come on, you get a horse.
Is Elden Ring is Elden Ring like Skyrim? Am I gonna have fun?
No. That's the thing, right? There's no books to read.
Am I gonna be lost in the world fighting a big giant, and then all of a sudden I'm gonna be fighting some people in a weird world? Look, man,
Yes.
Skyrim, I don't know how I ended up in that one world with that fucking, was it like the underground world or whatever? I don't know how I ended up there, but I did. And I was lost in that world for like hours. I don't know how, but I was like, it was like a weird mushroom, like everything was like blue and green and like mushrooms everywhere. And I was like, where the fuck am I?
Yeah.
Where the fuck am
Yeah.
I? I was lost in there for like 4 hours. I don't know what the fuck I was doing. I was doing a quest. I ended up in this world. And then I remember the underground city that I found in Skyrim, that like the Elven city or whatever.
The Elven City was cool. I really enjoyed that. Don't take
shit
in too
was
much metal; you'll be
cool,
overweight.
man.
Yeah, but I was trying to grab everything.
I
I'm taking
had
it all.
I was breaking all the robots, taking all their shit. I'm like, I'm taking all this shit with me. I don't care. I'm
Yeah.
taking it all.
Elven City, that was awesome. I really enjoyed that art piece. Yeah, that was good. No, Skyrim is more like, man, you better watch some YouTube videos before you start play. No, but I really didn't do that much. I just got in and, got my basically got stomped a lot and killed, but I quickly learned, yeah, go find some better weapons and do a little bit of grinding, and there's some ways to cheese some bosses and get more runes, man, and level your shit up, and eventually you'll be an Elden Lord. I'm on my way. So, damn, I don't want to talk about Elden Ring anymore. Fucking keep going back to that game. Gets its claws in me, so play some other shit.
Anything else, Got any more? Anything? We're good? Are we done?
I think that's it. That's it. We're finished.
You can find me on everything
done.
as Jesus Walks a Lot. You can find Mayo at everything as the Mayo. Find us on the Discord machines. And thank you for coming. Thank you for listening to this long show, I guess.
Appreciate you guys. Go play some Jesus, you said you played Overwatch 2. I just noticed it here. You said you did try it?
No, I didn't. I want to try it.
Okay, I think I was just waiting too for the servers to kind of stop melting down for a while and people start queuing up. And before I jump
excited.
in there,
I want to get back in that motherfucker. Overwatch 2 is fun. Overwatch
looks fun.
Is fun.
It
man.
looks like a lot of fun, and people are having a great time. The people that are able to log in on a regular basis, and yeah. So, but yeah. Besides that, guys, find me everywhere. Steam, Xbox, all those places. GunnyChief, and HGP _ Gunny on PlayStation 4. What did it say?
Peace out, Brussels sprouts. We're catching the next Horrible Creators podcast. We're out of here. Bye.
Bye.
Goodbye now.
Destroy them! The Earth is counting on you. Good luck.